last week.
Yeah, last week was like a
shout
weird...
out to Max and
Shout
Trey.
out to Max, Trey, for that weird little clap thing that we did. But yeah, we're rolling. So yeah, how you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
Chilling. We're chilling. We're chilling.
We're vibing. We're going.
Yeah, we're a little nervous. This is my first podcast.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you're popping my cherry today.
Oh, that's a good thing, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. If you're,
we'll find out.
I don't feel like it.
Yeah, if you're gentle and
this could be a great podcast.
Start, yeah.
Great,
hot start.
Hot start. But yeah, we should introduce everyone because this is, I guess, is this your guys' first interaction before?
No.
We
see
met a
each
couple
other.
times.
We both work at the clubs a lot, so him more than me, but
yeah,
his
we're around.
videos are crazy.
You guys are around.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, we'll go through everything. Well, you guys probably have questions. I have questions. We all want to talk about our media thingy we got going on.
Yeah,
but
especially here in the city of Winnipeg.
Yeah.
It's an interesting scene.
Yeah, Winnipeg is a big market for like content in general, content creation, photo, video.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Then they had the Nightlife Awards yesterday.
Yeah, I didn't get to go to that. No.
Yeah.
Did you get to go?
No, I went
That's
last year
surprising.
actually.
You did?
But I was helping shoot it last year.
Oh,
so.
okay. So it was like a little break.
It sucks.
Oh, okay. Okay, we called them out. Okay, cool.
Sorry, I guess I'm not getting nominated for a Nightlife Award.
I was gonna say shout out, but
shout out. I don't know.
I don't think we can anymore.
No, I mean they're great.
Yeah,
They're great. They're great. Nominate Mikey and Josh.
I'm actually really surprised that neither of the three of us were there. To be honest with you, yeah. I feel like we're both pretty
I don't even when was it?
When was it? Like
yeah,
yesterday?
like this past weekend or?
It was yesterday. That's
Yesterday.
Oh, literally yesterday.
Yeah,
Oh
it was
wow.
literally yesterday. So I'm happy that. No, I didn't have anything going on yesterday, so that's like okay, whatever. Okay, never
Single
mind.
tear.
Single
rolls
Would
down.
have been nice.
Would have been nice, but it's fine. Maybe next year. As it is, I know so many people that got nominated. I'm like, okay, cool, but I didn't know about it, so it's like, it's weird.
That's okay.
But
You're not missing out.
on this note,
You're going on tour. You're good.
yeah, that's true. Well, you've been doing stuff too. You've been going on tours.
I've been chilling. Yeah, I've been touring. Tour life.
Life.
It's fun. It's good stuff. Yeah. We can get into that later.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like both of you guys have been up to like some pretty crazy stuff lately. Actually,
Dude, there's a lot.
Yeah.
Lot for you too.
Yeah.
We're balling. Yeah.
Yeah, we're getting it going. I feel like
I've been traveling a lot. That's like one thing I haven't really done much. I would say like I've done a lot here in the city. All literally across the board. I've done almost everything I want to say, but yeah, outside the city, not so much. I haven't traveled too much.
Have you thought about like where you want to go for a travel?
I lived in Calgary for a couple years, and I expanded a little bit, so I have some connections there. I'd go back there. It's a good scene for that.
Calgary.
Yeah, you guys ever go out there?
I've never been to Calgary. Well, I've been when I was
Calgary.
little, but not like for shooting
Yeah.
wise.
They've got some crazy clubs in Calgary. Have you ever?
I've never been to a club in Calgary, but I've
pretty
seen
nuts.
it's pretty nuts.
I've heard the scene. Isn't Tate McRae from Calgary, or
She is. I think.
Okay.
Not that I know.
Not that you know. You're just like in the back burner.
Who's
Yeah.
that?
Who's that?
I don't know who
Right.
that is.
It's Tate.
not that I'm keeping tabs or anything. Just
Tate McRae.
no.
She's been around,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
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 Cool. So, well, I guess for people on like listening wise, they probably need an introduction of you guys, right? Because you're behind the camera. We're
That's
all
true,
behind the
yeah,
camera,
we're all
right?
behind
Usually, yeah,
That's
that's
yeah.
true.
So,
Yeah.
who wants to go first of introduction?
Sure, I'll go first. My name is Josh, Dexter's Laboratory on Instagram. I'm a photographer, very recently getting into videography, and yeah, been working in the city for a few years doing that. Had all kinds of experiences. Yeah, it's been good.
What's up?
What's up?
I'm Ronin. I also do the videography thing and kind of getting into photos.
Nice.
I kind of do just photos.
Yeah.
Like I don't really advertise it.
Yeah.
If you want it, you want it. If you don't, I'll just stick to video. I kind of worked my way backwards in that, so.
That's a good.
Kind of like opposite that way then.
Right?
You
Yeah.
should collab.
Lots
You should
of-
probably collab.
I swear, lots of people do photos than video.
Yeah.
But I think I'm like the only person I know that did video and then worked
Work backwards.
Yeah.
I think for the amount of people I've known in the city, I think you're the only one that's done like video mainly, and then now you're starting to do photo stuff, which is
off the top of my head,
cool.
I think everybody was a photographer before videographer.
Yeah.
That I can think of.
Like my first time taking pictures was literally my first club gig.
That's cool.
Like they asked me like the day of, they're like, "Hey, do you take pictures too?" I was like, "I guess."
You know what's funny?
I bought a flash and then just learned.
First of all, that's a really tough place to like learn because the low light and stuff. Like lighting is not.
Oh yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, it sucks, man. I hate low lights, but that's why we get like f-stop like 1.4 or 2
exactly.
lenses. It's amazing.
At the same time, though, like I feel like that's how you get gigs. Is you just say sometimes you just gotta say yes.
Oh yeah,
I've done so many gigs just by saying yes to things I've never
literally just fake it.
Fake it till you make it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, the only real we got to start off the burning question and spice it up. Your just eyes are recording. Right
I'm
now.
nervous, bro.
Paying for exposure, boys.
What? Paying for exposure?
Yeah, paying for exposure.
You pay for exposure?
Do you pay for exposure?
I've never paid
Wow,
for
Mikey.
exposure.
What?
It's like, are you just exposing yourself here?
That's why I'm so popular. No.
No, it's actually funny because like my reaction to that, like I don't even know if I've ever considered that.
Really?
No.
Seriously, I've never.
No, I've not done it, but people have like. No, what do you mean? What do you mean?
I'm just saying, you're the one that brought it up.
That's the thing about the photography scene or the music scene that they're like, oh, how to get a gig or how clients bring on to it. Oh, pay for exposure. That's how you get.
Huh.
Hey. Have you guys
Interesting. No.
You guys
I've
never gotten that?
Never, like I've done obviously just like probably most photographers and videographers when they're first starting out. I did a lot of free work.
Yeah.
But paying for expo, I've never even considered it actually. I didn't even know that was a thing. Interesting.
You guys are in a different realm.
Yeah, I'm just like,
man, I could have been where I am now, however many years ago.
Yeah.
I guess you guys had a lot of free gigs when you first started,
For
right?
sure, yeah.
I
did quite a few actually.
Yeah.
Quite a few free when I first started.
Concerts.
A lot of concerts.
Lots of concerts.
How'd you get into concerts? When you started. Same with you. Because like it took me a while. Honestly, it took me a while to like start getting into these places.
Concerts are weird. I literally came in at like the perfect time.
Yeah.
Like I had just done I think my second club video ever, and my buddy Alex, ACX Money on Instagram, shout out.
Oh, word.
He texted me like the day of this concert, and he's like, "Yo, do you want to shoot these guys? They're coming to EC. I can't. I'm traveling," because he's a big dog. Can I cuss? Sorry, I should have asked. I'd hate you guys to do like a bunch of editing and post.
Were we cutting cussing for this one?
Oh no. We can cuss, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's up to you. Just a little bit.
We'll help the editors a little bit.
I'll watch my mouth the rest
We'll
of the time.
censor it a little bit, just to help out.
But anyways, yeah, he had hit me up like day of. He's like, "Yo, like, there's a concert. I got asked to shoot, but like, I'm out of town. Do you just want it?" I'm like, "Sure."
Yeah.
And then I go in, I shoot it. I showed up like an hour early, like you know, when you're starting out, you're like, I gotta be there for the openers. I gotta be there, blah 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 blah. Even though you're not getting paid, it's like whatever. And I show up, I do it, and then it ended up being Cheat Codes, who I'm touring with now. That was my first concert.
Yeah, you were telling me
like
about
a
that.
full circle moment. That's crazy.
I know.
Wow.
And it's pretty wild. Like most people start with like local artists.
Yeah.
I just hopped right into the platinum artist right off the gate.
Yo, question for you guys though.
Yeah.
Your first few gigs compared to now, the difference in quality.
Oh,
big difference.
Massively,
Yeah.
massively, man.
I've always been sick.
Okay, we brought that in. Of course. Jeez.
I've noticed it like mainly equipment wise though.
Yeah.
Like editing, like I've obviously picked up tricks, but like equipment, like I've upgraded. Much since I
Well,
started.
the funny part about me is I still use my first camera still for stuff. So I only added like my filter, my circle filter. If you guys seen that, that's basically mainly off my still first camera that I still use.
Oh wow, what camera?
It's the Canon T7i.
Oh cool. Yeah.
I know Canon, right? What do you all think of different manufacturers? What's your guys' favorite?
Man, I feel like it's like a thing that too many photographers and videographers care too much about.
Yeah.
But I do have my preferences. Like I love using Sony. It just works out easiest for me. I had a Canon before. I just like the colors better with Sony. I think that's all it is over anything. Yeah.
Well, I have a Sony right now, but I'm probably gonna switch to a Nikon at the in like the next year. You're just like, yeah,
Canon and Nikon losing
no
points
comment.
in my book.
Well, the
here.
thing about no. My reasoning, because what I've been hearing, it's what I'm gonna probably get is the Nikon Z6 Mark III or something. It's the new one that's gonna come out in like the next couple months and that. But the reason being, it has the new firmware and everything from the Z8, Z9, and they're just bringing it to like a mirrorless that's about like $2,000 or $3,000. It's like reasonable, the same price as like a Sony A7 IV, but the new system, new tech. So eye tracking's a lot more better.
Right.
Low light's a lot more better. Everything video wise, it's gonna just shoot on, I believe, 8K.
Oh wow, there you go.
So
you're set.
you'll
Yeah, that's
be
the
set.
thing too. Is like
That's the thing.
we're at a point in time where like technology is just so crazy. Like I
Yeah.
don't think it matters too much. If you're getting something high quality, you're
Might as
gonna
well.
get something that you can use and you can
That's
get a good
true.
product in if you know what you're doing. So
Yeah.
that obviously has more to do with it than anything. Is
Yeah.
how good you are at what you're doing. So
Well, yeah. Like if you want good gear, then invest in good gear. If you want that product to be that good, then
yeah,
invest in
I
it.
remember you said that on the last podcast. Like you can have even just like an average body if you got some nice lenses. Like
Yeah, that's what I
set.
found out recently. A lot of
Yeah.
people are like, you could have the most terriblest body, but as long as you invest in good lenses, you're fine.
yeah, there you go.
Iffy about that? So
iffy on it.
What do you think?
I mean, I think the lenses are like way more important than the body, but
Yeah.
like sometimes you can tell.
Yeah.
I have beef with people that like rig out their like $600 camera. Like I've seen people with like absolute
Right? Yeah,
just
I get
dumpster
that, yeah.
fires. They put a matte box on.
Okay,
They put
then, yeah.
like extra battery. They make it look like a big cinema camera, but
Oh, wow.
you actually look at the camera itself and it's like just
It's
turd.
a little dinky.
Yeah, you're like
It's
Little
like one of those
dinky
old like 2000s. What do they call those with the button?
What button?
I'm older than you guys. Maybe I'm just showing my age. You know what I'm talking about, Earl? You know the cameras.
The guy, he's like, what?
Those cameras from the 2000s. It had like the button. It was like a pointing.
A shutter?
Anyways, yeah.
Not a shutter,
Yeah,
but
anyways.
wait, that's Polaroid?
No.
No.
It's okay.
Oh.
Moving on.
Yeah, because it's fine.
But yeah, I've seen guys with like $1,000 rigs for their like $600 camera, and I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spend that on a lens.
You're skipping
Yeah.
steps. Yeah, for sure.
I don't think I've ever used a camera rig in my life.
No?
No.
Yeah,
I
you
shoot
were-
everything
yeah.
handheld. Like,
Oh wow.
I mean,
Damn,
I
you must got
gave Mikey
steady
my
hands.
gimbal the other day,
Yeah,
and it didn't even work.
I borrowed your gimbal. It didn't work that well, but either way, it's just like, yeah, I've never used a gimbal. I'm like, I haven't used the gimbal either, but I'm like, big client wants it, make it look
Yeah.
pretty, and I barely used it.
You just have like surgeon level like movements.
People are gonna hate me for this.
Yeah.
Warp stabilizer.
Oh my god.
People,
Damn.
I know some like people probably just cringe listening to that, but like,
Hey, if it works, it
Hey,
works.
hey, I do.
We've
I
all-
don't use
we've
it
all
much,
used
That's
but
true.
like you can touch up a little thing, and
Yeah.
you can't even tell.
Yeah.
And like I edit, so like for longer stuff, obviously use a gimbal, but I edit so quick you can't even
Yeah,
tell.
that's
That's
true.
true.
You do use like very short clips. Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
a big difference.
Yeah, the same thing with me. I just people for bands or artists just want something that's about a minute for like Instagram, TikTok, or something. You just
Right.
want something that short for content. That's all you need, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. You have crazy editing style though. Like, how do you
Yeah,
do it?
dude.
How do you do it?
We were talking about that before you came here. Like
Were
some
you?
of the
Yeah.
stuff you do, it I don't
Yeah.
understand.
Thank you.
How
I
you do it is
appreciate
crazy.
that. Lots of just trial and error.
Yeah.
I've always kind of edited the same though. Like when I started doing like party videos on YouTube, that's kind of always just edited the same, and it came from like one of my favorite movies is Project X.
Oh yeah.
So when I first started, I was like, I want to make my party videos look like that, and so that's what I kind of did.
Yeah.
And then I just kind of turn it. Like even if you watch now, like my style is still kind of that. Like I get in people's face. I cut around it a lot. I'm really good at making like dead crowds look good because
Yeah,
I
that's
get
good.
really close to people.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's
Yeah.
just quick. I like to
Nice.
keep it quick. Keep people's attention spans
Yeah.
ready.
With this.
I'm jotting down notes right
Jotting
now.
down notes,
I
you
just
gotta do
started
this?
shooting club videos like very recently.
But there's
so,
like
yeah.
little things. Like one thing, like I'll give a little like secret formula here. One thing I do with every club video, and like you can't tell unless you like now look for it, because I know you're gonna be looking for it after I tell you. Every single clip, I keyframe in either a zoom in or zoom out. Like every
So
single
you're giving
clip.
it lots of movement.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
So
I
it's
kind of do
always
that
moving.
similar to do that. I do that a
And
little
I
bit.
picked that up from watching. Do you guys know Ben Darty?
I've heard the name.
This sounds familiar.
He's on tour with Tim McGraw right now.
Okay.
Oh,
But
okay.
he's from Winnipeg.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
And when I started doing club videos, he was also doing the concerts, but he had been there for like way longer than me.
Yeah.
And then when I was watching his videos, I'm like, oh, it's always moving.
Yeah.
So I just keyframe. It takes like an extra 10 minutes, and I'm just keyframing in and out every single clip. Like, it's a little tedious, but it like keeps it going.
I was gonna say, how does
It
it?
helps the flow.
How long does it take you to edit your videos? Because, like I said, I just started doing it.
Yeah.
It takes, like, I guess I don't have my workflow completely down yet, but
Yeah.
it takes me forever.
I don't
my
know.
God.
It depends. Like for me, like if I'm just doing something like a quick highlight or something, maybe an hour. If that, I don't know. I'm quick though. I do
Honestly,
simple
I'm
stuff
like-
right now, but
Right.
that's right now.
I'm like 4 to 8
48 hours?
sometimes.
Yeah,
Like,
that sounds about right,
Okay.
yeah.
But like I procrastinate
feel
so
better.
much.
Okay.
To my clients, I tell like it takes a week. Like it actually takes me like 30 hours. So.
Okay, exposed.
Yeah.
We'll just
But no.
bleep that part out.
Yeah,
Put
we'll
that
put
out.
that part out. But yeah, no, like when I started, like my
Yeah.
first ever, like I was spending like 10 hours on
Oh
it,
jeez.
and
Yeah.
it like the videos were okay,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but they weren't like amazing.
Yeah, like if it's a big client, then yeah, it takes me about like maybe minimum at least 4 hours.
Yeah, I've been
Yeah.
down to such like just the pattern or formula right now. It's just so quick. Not quick, but
Not quick,
like it
but
moves.
You got
yeah.
your workflow
good.
down pat.
Yeah.
That's what I gotta
That's
do.
good.
Gotta get my workflow down.
Yeah. It takes a bit.
Yeah.
It takes a while. Like it took me for the workflow for photos. I got it down to maybe like 30 minutes to an hour now. But even
Right.
then, it's just like, it's if I take a lot of photos for a show or something, then it's just like, oh,
Yeah.
then it takes like a couple hours.
Right. Here's another question. Do you prompt people?
Prompt?
Yeah.
Not really.
No, you don't?
No.
Pretty organic, even the artists and stuff.
It's usually usually pretty. Oh, voice crack there. Yeah, it's usually pretty organic. Like sometimes, like if some people are like, I don't know what to do, like 9 times out of 10 I'll tell them, I'm like, just cheers the camera.
Yeah.
Right.
I can do like an easy transition.
Classic.
Like I don't really use After Effects at all. I do everything Premiere Pro.
Yeah.
And I keep like almost every transitions in camera.
Right.
So
Yeah.
you see it like swipe in, it's like end of the clip, I'm just tilting the camera a little bit this way.
Oh, yeah.
And then start the next clip, tilt it in a bit.
Yeah.
You guys want to hear something funny?
Mm-hmm.
The last club video I did, I tried to do something new where I put this transition. It took me forever because I had never did it before. And I gave them the video back, and they like literally were like, "Oh, this video is great. I love it, but could you take out this part?"
No.
And it was a transition. I was like, yeah.
That's
I could
the
take
worst.
That sucks.
That's almost as bad as can you change the song?
Yeah.
Can you change the song?
Yeah.
Dude,
the worst.
that's even worse.
Yeah.
I think.
I was like, yeah, I could take it out, I guess.
Somewhat.
Yeah.
What do you think about clients not paying or late paying for your guys' stuff?
Oh god. Like, I knew this question was coming up, and there's
Yeah.
no way any of us have any different answers from each other. It's just
Sucks.
Yeah.
How do you make it better? That's the real question, because it's just like,
Just
Find richer people.
that's true.
Get affiliated. No, just kidding.
No, pay for exposure.
Yeah.
As much of
Walk
a
around with some bodyguards.
Yeah, at that point.
as much of a dick move as it is, like, bro, the cheaper clients always want way more than
I
they're
know.
paying for.
Oh yeah.
So once you start moving up, like, I hate to admit it, but like, I don't want to work with people that ask me to do a lower rate anymore.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I know. I
Like,
totally
I
get
can't
that.
accommodate.
Yeah. Especially
like-
because that stuff's so time consuming.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I'm all for doing favors, but when
At this
doing you a
point.
favor, maybe you know you're kind of pushing my limits here.
Mm-hmm.
Like someone like with all the money in the world is gonna be way less of a hassle than someone that needs something to be perfect.
Yeah. Man, I don't know if it's just me, but I have a huge, massive issue with tracking people down for money. I hate doing it.
Yeah, I hate doing
I
it.
will
It
wait. I will wait
sucks.
forever.
Yeah.
I'll wait forever before I.
I
before
take
bring it
usually
up.
like a week
Yeah.
or at least like 3 or 4 days, but even then I just
Yeah.
like, hey, where's this, or hey, can I get my invoice or
Yeah.
something? Like it's just,
And then
yeah.
sometimes you can tell they're either like
Mhm.
don't have the budget to pay you, or they're like waiting, but they're it's true.
Yeah.
You guys know how
The
it is.
struggle's
Yeah.
real. The struggle's
Wow.
We hate
It's
it.
getting. You're right though. Like it's getting better. Like because I've been obviously working with more reputable clients as of
Yeah.
been
And I
going
feel like
along.
with our experience too, like
Yeah.
people realize, hey, if you've worked this much or if you've done this much, then they won't screw you over.
Well,
right?
yeah, they don't.
You hope.
You hope.
Yeah.
Well, they don't want to get a bad reputation with you because.
Yeah, that too.
You know.
There's always still the odd one that creeps in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
We always have that
terrible.
one.
Oh yeah. Sometimes you gotta fire clients.
Yeah, I'm sure that happens even at higher levels. I know it does.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Watch yourself on tour.
We're not going to talk about that.
Sorry, Mikey, we're not paying.
Yeah,
anything.
sorry.
Thanks for coming on tour with us.
Coming on tour. Yeah, we're just not going to pay.
Paying you an exposure.
Hey, it still might happen, boys. That's the thing. It still could happen. Yeah, like, we all have different upbringings. Yeah, we should actually talk about the upbringing stuff now.
Go for it. You go first.
Yeah, go for
Upbringings.
it.
What do you mean
Upbringings.
upbringings? Like,
Like,
how deep were we getting here?
How
Yeah, we
deep,
going
like-
like the day we were born?
Yeah.
Like how
All right,
back?
from the mother's womb, boys.
Oof.
Well,
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
man, my upbringing could probably be a whole separate podcast, but
Okay, shorten it, I guess.
I grew up in a pretty. You know what's interesting? Actually, I do feel like this does connect to what I do visually in a way, but yeah, I lived a very, let's say, isolated childhood. Pretty much my whole childhood was pretty isolated. Just me and my family and the community that I was in. Again, I don't want to get too deep into it. It'd make more sense if I did, but maybe a different podcast.
This is the emotional support podcast.
Yeah,
now.
yeah. But yeah, that kind of stuff, like visual arts, music, things like that, massive outlet for me. Massive outlet, yeah. I would say that's definitely a huge reason why I do what I do, for sure. Yeah. That was always a big outlet for me. Yeah. What about you guys?
I'll go first.
Yeah,
you go
Instead of
first. I'll go
you.
last.
I'll go last. Yeah, for me, my upbringing was weird because I've always been like with content creation kind of thing. Like I grew up watching like Smosh, all the sketch comedy people off of YouTube and everything. And I'm like, hey, I want to be a content creator. When I was like maybe 8 or 9 by that point. And I'm like, yeah, let's do it. And then got like my buddy at the time in high school. I started like doing like sketch stuff with him and like his parents' house and everything. And then after like a couple years later, then parents gave me a little camera and then took photos around the yard and that. But I'm the same as you. Like I had a very close spaced childhood. Always people like picked on me and everything. So it's like it's weird now seeing like people from like my childhood that has like bullied me and everything and like done all this stuff, and then it's like you're at a show, it's just like, oh hey Mikey,
They don't know what to say.
they don't know what to say. It's like I've had that so much, and then
yeah.
they're like, yo, you're doing crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Well,
It's a good
because
feeling, right?
It's a good feeling, but also it's just like, hey, you've kind of like resonated with me, like how I got where I'm at in a sense,
yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah,
It's
no,
kinda
that's a
weird.
really good way of putting it. Yeah, I would say the same thing. Like for sure, I get people who like remember me from back in that time period, and it's always an interesting interaction.
Yeah, and it was rough for me too. Like I had a lot of family problems too, but we don't. That's too deep into the podcast.
Yeah,
we can't go into that.
Another one.
That's another one.
I'll come
That's
on the
another one.
podcast Another time.
Another time. But how about you, man?
Dude, honestly, like not as crazy as you guys.
Dang.
I was always just pretty shy. Like, I mean, I got bullied in elementary school, but that kind of cooled off by the time I got to middle school, and then high school was whatever.
It's
like,
high school.
yeah, it was literally just like.
That's a good thing.
You know, you're in the
Yeah,
middle
that's a
ground.
good-
You
Like,
realize it's a good thing.
no,
that
like,
you're
like you know, you know, people know who you are. You're not cool. You're just kind of middle of the pack. Like, that was me. Had like a small group of friends who, most of them I'm still friends with now. So
That's good.
Did you go to school with Tommy?
I
Is that
did.
right?
He was a
Okay.
year older than me.
Oh,
Yeah,
shout out
but
to Tommy, by the way.
Shout out
Digital
Tommy
Workshop.
Fab. Love Tommy
Awesome
Fab.
dude. Yeah, he's an awesome dude.
He's great. But yeah, video wise, like I kind of just I tell everyone I kind of just drunkenly stumbled into it. like high school, I made I won a video contest
Oh, really?
for which like sounds dumb until I say like it paid for my first year of school,
That's huge.
and I was able to get a camera with it. So I got my first A6500 with it. Yeah, so I used that, and then I sat in my room for about 2 years. Did nothing with it until COVID hit, and I'm just staring at the camera. I'm like, I'm so bored. I want something to do. I call my friends up. I'm like, yo, we should start a vlog.
Right, you started
then
your vlog series.
I started a vlog in COVID, and then just started filming party videos because I'm like, why not? I felt comfortable at parties with my camera.
Nice.
Like that was it was a great icebreaker. I feel confident with it. Everyone comes up to you, so you're getting the attention.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
And then so it went like that, and then from there, like people were asking me to come out to parties, just to be there and like film and stuff. I was like, sure. And then one thing led to another, and got hooked up with clubs and went from there.
Yeah, dude, if I had a party, I would get you to shoot the video for sure.
Oh
easily.
I haven't done a vlog in so long.
When was the last time you did a vlog, man?
I think I put one out in January, but that one was from a trip from last summer, so it's almost like a year old. Yeah, me and my boys went to Vegas, so we brought the camera there.
Damn.
I've never been to Vegas, boys.
I have.
It's a good
I
time.
actually didn't like it.
Oh, really?
It's expensive.
Yeah. It's just it's not really my thing.
No.
More than anything, I could see why it appeals to people, but not my thing.
Yeah, there's a few people who are like, you should go to Vegas. I'm like, doesn't appeal to me right now.
Yeah. I've been other places, and probably I wouldn't say it was bad, but every other place I put higher than that.
Yeah. It's if you're into gambling, then sure. Yeah. Likes and dislikes in the industry.
Not getting paid on time. It's a big one.
Good one.
Yeah, no. I mean, you already brought a really good one up when people ask to change the music on videos.
Yeah, that's a big
one.
one.
You line it up to the beat and everything. And, oh, man.
That happens at every level, too, by the way.
Dude.
Yeah.
When I first started working with cheat codes, I think the first video I did, they're like, oh, yeah, we have a new song coming out, by the way, after I'd edited everything. Like, here's this new song, like, no one's ever heard. Can you put it instead? I was like, can I do the next video?
Yeah. How did Chico's approach you and be like, hey, do you want to start this? How did that happen?
Bro, it's a kind of a long story. Do you want me to tell it like after you finish your likes and dislikes?
No,
I feel like I'm in a
go
story.
ahead. We could do that, and then we could go back into it.
Okay, well, so yeah, like I said, my first concert was Cheat Codes that I shot. Only one of them showed up because it's a group of 3 guys. If you don't know who they are, big in the States. Canada shows were kind of lame. Not gonna lie, the crowds were kind of dead. Dang. But they're like huge in the States. So one of the guys showed up because there's a scheduling thing. Matt, I shoot Matt at EC. I post a video like a week or 2 later, tag him in it, he reposted, he likes my message. I'm like, cool, that means my, like, maybe a weird way of thinking of it, but that means my DMs are open with him. That's good. Because if he likes the message, I'm like, good, he's receiving a message. Maybe a year and a half later, like, I'm shooting concerts, clubs, doing my thing, whatever. I still wasn't really posting on social media. Like, I only started posting my videos a year ago. Like,
like, I've realized mainly all of your stuff is, like, off the clients or something that I see for your content. Yeah,
like, I should have started posting way sooner. Because I was doing club stuff and concerts for, like, a year or 2 before I was even posting. Right. And as soon as I started posting, I started getting way more clients.
Yeah, man.
They're like, oh, where did you come from?
Wow,
I'm like, I've been here.
Weird.
Yeah. Right. But anyways, like a year and a half later, I saw they were playing We Fest in North Dakota, a little outside of Fargo, huge country festival. The headliners that weekend were, I think, like Morgan Wallen, Kane Brown, tons of people like that, big country festival. And Cheat Codes was playing the like pre-day or pre-show like party or something because they had just come out with a country album.
Oh, really?
So I knew my DMs were open with Matt, so I'm like, yo, maybe I can come down and shoot it. And he's like, yeah, dude, of course. Like, I'll hook you up with my manager, everything. He got hooked up. I drive down like 4 or 5 hours. Right. Go to Fargo, meet the guys for the first time. Great time. I was super nervous because I'm like, there's like 3 ways to shoot a concert. It's with like a publication, with the venue itself, or with the artists. True. The artists are the hardest to like get a hold of for shooting wise.
Yeah.
So that was my first time actually being there like for the artists and not a venue. So I was like a little nervous. And it was like a huge crowd. It was like the pre-show party wasn't too big, but it was still like a few thousand people. And then the next day was 100,000 people.
Oh, 100,000?
100,000?
That country festival is wild. Americans are crazy, bro.
That's like the Cowboys Stadium. That's insane.
Yeah, no, it was like a huge outdoor, like it was a big like farmland. Like,
it's
crazy.
Damn.
Yeah, if you guys haven't been, you should go. It's good.
It's like an unbelievable amount of people.
But I was there. I met them. I shot them. They loved the video. It was sick. And then again, don't really hear much from them. And I almost died on my way back from that festival.
Wait,
too.
what?
So I stayed the extra day because Morgan Wallen was on the next day,
right.
and they gave me a wristband for just media, and I'm like,
oh.
I wonder if this wristband will work if I sneak in.
Oh yeah,
we've all done that.
We've all done
so
that.
next day,
point,
but like they had like crazy security. They had like scanners you needed to like run your wrist through.
Oh, that's fair.
And like gates would open. There were like 5 levels you had to get through. It was weird. It was like a video game, and my wristband worked for every level. So I'm like,
it's like
I'm like backstage. I see like Morgan Wallen walking by. I'm like, dude, holy smokes! And then like I'm front and center. There's like probably like 80,000 people behind me. I'm like sitting here. I was like, this is sick. I'm not even supposed to be here, but this is sick. And then I leave that night. I'm driving back and I smoke a deer on the highway.
Oh, jeez.
I spin out on the highway and I'm like, oh my God, I just totaled my car.
No.
Yeah, I've written off everything. I had to get my parents to come.
Were you in the States at that time, or were you?
Yeah, I was in the States. It was,
Your parents
it was
got you from the States?
Grand Forks.
Holy
It was right outside Grand Forks on my way back.
Oh, so they had to cross the border?
Yeah, I called
oh my
all
God.
my friends. They were drunk because it was a Friday night. None of them can come. I'm like,
Yeah, that's a crazy ask.
That is
Can you come
very
across?
It is a wild ask, and
Across
I'm
the
like,
border.
How did that even work?
I'm like, Mom.
Right?
Make sure you got your passport.
Get your passport.
Sit
How's
down,
this
I got something
going?
to tell you.
It was such a mess. It took me
Yeah.
probably like 3 months to get like the check from MPI too. It was such a
Oh,
mess.
that's gonna be.
Because it was I got in the crash a week before they went on strike.
Oh.
When they went on that strike last year, yeah, it was brutal.
That is brutal.
But was it worth it though?
It wasn't worth that.
It was in the long
True.
run, but again, like after I posted the video, I collab posted it on Matt's personal account.
Oh, perfect.
And then I'm like, perfect. Didn't think anything of it. Again, didn't hear from them for like another like 6-7 months. And then I saw they announced a show they're playing at the Kia Forum in LA. Like where the Lakers used to play everything.
yeah.
And I'm like, damn, like
Wow.
that's
Huge.
that's bigger than the MTS Center. I'm like,
Yeah, that one. How many
Yo.
seats is that? Like 20,000, 30,000?
Yeah.
I don't think that much,
If it's
but
the Lakers, probably between
definitely
20 and 30.
20. Probably,
20.
Yeah.
Probably low 20s.
Yeah.
Actually, I think
Most
the
basketball
Clippers are
stadiums.
moving back there.
Oh, really?
Now.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, because I think they were sharing
The
arena or
Clippers.
something. Yeah,
The
Clippers.
Clippers.
I know.
I'm,
I
a
know.
huge,
name,
I'm, a huge-
hey,
I'm a massive Lakers fan.
Oh,
Yeah, Lakers,
okay,
yeah,
sorry.
No, I'm
So-
just kidding.
That's right.
But yeah, they announced they were like the co-headliner with Two Friends. If you know who those guys are.
Heard them.
Yeah, they're so Two Friends was doing like kind of a big music night, and I saw they were playing. I was like, if I can shoot a fest, I'm like,
Yeah.
I have a decent connection with Matt-ish, maybe.
Yeah.
So I text him. I'm like, yo, like I wasn't gonna be in LA, but I'm like, yo, I'm gonna be in LA.
No.
It's reading week.
Let's
like,
go.
Do you think I can shoot it? And then they're
that's the
like,
best.
yeah, man, I'll hook it up. This was in November. They play in February.
Yeah.
Didn't hear anything for like 3 months. So I'm sitting there. I'm like, okay, I just probably didn't get it.
Yeah.
Like, I text their manager, never heard back,
That's fair.
whatever. Turns out it just got lost in messages.
Oh, really?
They hit me up like a week before the event. And they're like, hey, like Matt said you're going to be in LA. Like, you want to come out? I was like, oh, yeah. I was like, I still have to book my flight and stuff.
Oh yeah,
But
right,
I'm like,
we're supposed to be in
I'm like, I'm gonna, like,
be there.
Yeah.
I guess this kind of goes back to, like, you said, like, paying for exposure earlier. This kind of paying for a gig.
Yeah.
Don't do it unless you can see an opportunity there. And I
Yeah.
saw an opportunity there, and I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. So I booked my flights, spent, like, way too much money because it was a week before. Fly down there. And then, like, I walk in, and I'm like, oh, my God, this is an arena show. And there's so many special guests, too.
Yeah.
Like, it was like a Two Friends and Friends, like, event. So, like, I'm walking there, like, I connected with, like, Gravy.
I
Like,
seen
Adam
that. Yeah, I
Gravy.
seen
That
that.
was sick. Super
Yeah.
nice dude.
Huge.
Met him backstage. But there were, like, everyone from, like, Arizona Zervis to, like,
Wow.
Einer Banks, Arden Jones.
Damn.
Just so many random
Crazy.
people.
Random
And then you're
people.
meeting people backstage, too, that, like, just work in the industry, but in LA, so it's way cooler.
Yeah, that's
Like,
true.
I met one guy who was the lighting guy for Cheat Codes, and he's like, oh yeah, like I don't usually do the EDM stuff. I'm like, oh, what do you do? He's like, oh yeah, I tour with Madison Beer. I was like,
What?
No
Okay.
big deal.
Yeah.
Medicine beer? Like, what?
no, like there's so many random people that
Wow.
you'd meet, and you're like, holy.
Yeah,
smokes.
LA is a weird place.
I
when you
love
go
LA.
there.
I've never
Yeah, I
been
love
there.
LA.
It smells like piss, but I love LA.
I love it. It's just so huge.
I'm going back this weekend.
Oh my god.
It's good.
This guy was shooting Keanu Reeves and like.
Keanu Reeves.
I know, he's
a while back. That was like
John
Burbank, though.
Wick.
Yeah, John Wick. Who else was there? Nicolas Cage. I got Nicolas Cage to smile. That was a big moment for me.
Yeah.
This dude never smiles,
that's crazy.
and the dude literally, I'm like, hey, dude, smile. He smiled. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, get him on the
Crazy.
podcast.
Get him on the. Yeah, let me hit up.
That would
like,
be
Nick
crazy.
Cage. That would be crazy
That'd
if
be
we got
nuts.
that. That'd be.
He'd probably just drunk the whole time.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Man, a few words.
Not a few words of Nick Cage.
Yeah, that'd be
cool.
sick.
Yeah.
Who did your mom want you to have on the podcast? Do you remember that?
Oh, that was.
Or your grandma?
No, it was Luke Bryan.
Luke Bryan.
Luke Bryan. She's like,
That'd
yo,
be
get
cool.
Luke Bryan on the. I'm like, no way. I
Yeah.
can't get Luke Bryan. No
You should,
chance.
bro.
Try.
I can try, but no. Like, I didn't reach out to that. I reached out to who was the opener for that? To Neil's team, and they're like, nah, we're busy. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
that's fair.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's fine. It happens. Like, artists are busy. Some artists are more busy than others, and I'm like, yeah, that's
So they're
fine.
fake busy.
Soon they'll
We'll
be
see.
soon they'll be pining to be on your podcast.
One day.
Yeah.
One day. That'll happen. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. There's people that I want to reach out to, and like, what is it? There's a couple tours that are getting announced, and I'm like, I have certain connections that we could try, but
Nice.
yeah, it's in the back burner. We'll see.
Yeah,
We'll see.
nice.
But yeah, no, I like Los Angeles though. And it's
LA 's
it's just
great.
too big though. I wish it was smaller.
Every time I'm there, I'm just exhausted by the end.
I know.
It's literally
Same.
a networking speed run. Like, it's
Yeah.
crazy. You
Yeah.
go to one show, you'll meet 50 people.
That's true.
And
Gotta-
you can hope to remember, like, 3 of their names.
Yeah, like when I was in for that award show, I was trying to get connections with directors and everything. They're like, oh, we have this. The weird about with the film industry though, it's like they want to pitch you the thing, but then they need someone, but they don't actually reach out. That's the weird part
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
It's just like literally, it
can
was
see
the.
that.
I'll even say this: like the guys from Spider-Verse were like, "Hey, we're pitching this movie to you. Okay, cool. Here's my card." Never got anything back.
Yeah.
It's like it was so strange.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Yeah, I've
That
had that
sucks.
happen from people who came here.
Yeah.
And, like, we're like, oh yeah, I do this thing, and like, one of them was like Virginia. I went through this whole spiel with this lady. She's like, yeah, I need people to help me shoot. And yeah, same thing. Just never heard from her again. We had like probably a 40. Like we sat down at a restaurant.
Yeah, we had like a
meal
good
and
like
everything.
20-minute conversation
Yeah.
about this movie. I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah, whatever. I guess
Nice.
that's just the nature of the industry. People are busy.
It's-
Move on to the next thing.
Hey,
I mean, even I do that sometimes. Sometimes I have a project that I'm like, I don't think I'm going to do that
Yeah,
project
scrap
anymore,
it and
so,
everything. Yeah. I've had that a couple times with some projects, but it's just like,
Once
works
you
and
meet the
works.
right people, though, it flies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you don't get as many of those, like, ghostings.
Yeah. I got to get myself to LA. Never been there.
You should.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
It's,
nice.
it's pretty cheap to get there, too.
Yeah,
they
right
have
now,
direct
yeah.
flights there now.
They have
Yeah, I
direct
heard
flights.
about
It
that.
depends on the days that you go. Like it's on
Yeah.
either Tuesday, Thursday. I
Yeah,
forgot the
yeah,
day.
Yeah, I
there's
think it's
even
Tuesdays.
season flights
It's
are like
Tuesdays.
$400 or something like that.
Yeah.
Round trip.
Even cheaper.
Yeah, they're
Sometimes
cheaper
I've
now.
been there and
Crazy.
I found them for like $250.
Yeah,
Oh, there you
250.
go.
Yeah.
I think I've been to LA
Even
3 or
one
4
way,
times.
just go like a one-way trip. There you go. You're good.
Just
Just stay there.
It's a one-way
Yeah, I'd be
trip.
down.
It's
Yeah.
a one-way trip. Yeah, like,
Yeah.
there you go.
I don't got anything tied down. Man, my mom bought me a shirt yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm gonna curse once on the podcast.
Okay.
Okay. My mom bought me a shirt yesterday that says single.
Ouch.
That's rough,
Like,
man.
she bought it unironically. She like thought I was gonna like it kind of thing. So, case in point, I should get to LA. Got nothing tying me down.
Hey, we're all single, so it's
Yeah.
like it's the vibe.
There you
Yeah.
Yeah. We love
It's
it.
hard. I'd like, it would be so hard. I can't, like, my mom is always like, get a girlfriend. I'm like, I'm
But the
flying
time-
every weekend.
Exactly.
bro.
With the time with us, we
And-
can't get a girlfriend.
And I'm a full-time student, so I'm like, Monday to Friday I'm in school, weekends I'm touring, like, I can't.
Yeah.
no
I'm
doubt.
busy.
Yeah. I just,
And also,
Yeah.
my game's terrible.
dude, same. Everyone's like, why don't you have someone? Like, I just can't. I just can't. I'm sorry. I've tried. Like, literally, there was someone. It was funny. There was an instance, like maybe what is it, a month or so ago. People were like, there was a person I asked just for coffee. Just wanted to get to know them as a friend. I'm not going out for anybody for like dating wise right now. I just wanted to get to know them as a friend. You guys are laughing right now. And literally, it's just like, okay, cool. They said yes. And then they're like, in text wise, oh, sorry, I'm gonna have to decline.
Damn.
Like what?
That
No,
sucks.
I'm not
Come on.
going out for a date or anything. I just want to get to know you as a friend, get to know you a little bit better. And they're like, nah. It's like, That's why I don't try anymore, guys.
Yeah.
It's like, why?
Sorry, ladies.
Sorry.
We're too busy.
We're too busy, but also,
I don't try.
I don't try, but also
I
people are
try,
like,
that's my excuse.
It's my excuse is like, no, I'm good. No.
I'm gonna use that from now on. Yeah.
Excuses.
Yeah.
We all have excuses.
Yeah.
Well, do you guys go out that much? Like, I don't go that out.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I do because of what I do, but like if I'm not doing that, I'm just staying at home.
Oh yeah, if we're not working, I'm not.
Yeah. It's actually, I was gonna bring that up earlier in the podcast. Like, it's just I'm so used to having my camera around going to events that if I go to an event and I don't have it, like, it's almost kind of like, I wouldn't say it's a bad feeling, but it's a weird.
Yeah, have that like in a
I
question.
don't know what to do.
No, I'm
just standing there like, oh, what do I do
it's
next?
an extension of you.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't have any reason, at least in my mind, to like go up to people and talk to them. If I got a camera, I kind of do, right?
Yeah, same. Like when I went out with you that one day, I was like, this is weird. I went to, what is it, Osborne Tap House with you, like a couple weeks ago. It's a good place. I like Osborne Tap.
Yeah, good
venue.
good. No, it's a good venue. No, it's a good venue.
It's a good venue, but yeah.
I like it. Sorry, wrong choice of words.
No, I love that. I love that. I like that.
Perform in front of 100,000
No, but like it was weird though. Like, man, I'm always at shows or at a venue. It's just like, oh, here's my camera. But it was weird that one night where don't have a camera. What do I do?
Yeah, exactly.
It's so strange.
You just stand there. I guess that's what people do.
Stand there.
That sounds so judgmental.
We're just NPCs,
everyone
guys?
else just stands there. Yeah.
I guess we're NPC now, Ronin.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know how you feel about it because you shoot mostly like rock and
rock, metal, and stuff. I've ventured into pop recently. I'm getting more into country stuff a lot more now, just because it pays better.
It does pay.
It does pay better.
You go ahead, man.
I was just gonna say I don't know how you feel. I can go out to play like easily to places of like genres I don't shoot.
Yeah.
I shoot way too much EDM. You'll never see me at an EDM event partying.
Yeah.
Whereas I'll go to like King's Head and I'm like I'll see a live band and I'm like I'll have a great time. Me and my friends. Yeah. Whereas like EDM, like I'm like ugh, like I feel like I'm working right now even though I'm not.
Yeah. I've yet to been the King's Head the top part yet. Everyone's like, oh, you should go to the King's Head. Just check out the live part.
It's so hard to get up there, dude.
Yeah.
The lines are ridiculous. There's like 2 floors. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been to the second floor. It's only the main level.
I didn't even know there was a second floor.
I need to go one
What's
day.
there?
I guess it's like a dance floor or something. That's what people said. Or there's a live band or something there.
Oh, maybe
sometimes
I have been there actually.
I don't know.
Drunk one time. I think I remember that actually.
That's why I don't go out much, man. That's why. Everyone tells me these things and I just don't go out.
Dude, I got absolutely how do I say this without cussing? Slapped over DMs by King's Head. I remember me and my friends were waiting outside one time and they follow me on Instagram. They don't follow many people.
Oh, really?
But I hit them up. I'm like, free video right now if we can skip the line. Dude, they opened the message immediately. Close it. It just says scene. I was like, no.
You got left on red by King's Head.
You're like,
bro, brutal. But they like my stories too. Like that's what I don't get. Yeah.
Who was it? There was someone recently.
You're playing hard to get.
Yeah.
I've shot King's Head once before for some band.
There was an artist that did that. Like I was, even the question thing. I asked for a question thing. They liked it. No response.
Sometimes it works.
It happens.
Sometimes it works. Like I can get into most clubs fine.
Same.
Oh, yeah.
And it's honestly, I will say, and I'm like very surprised by this because I guess I don't understand what the dynamics are. But it's been pretty rare that I've like reached out, which I guess I don't do that often. But whenever I do, like I don't know how it is with you guys, but usually they say yes. I want to say like honestly 90% of the time.
I usually I reach out just in case, but just so we get
probably
in,
like 50-50.
Now at this point where if you know
are getting big,
if they know that we're there, then they're like, oh, I know this guy. That's the same thing with most of the venues now. They're like, oh, there's Mikey. Okay, you can come in.
Yeah, exactly.
Somewhere. Yeah, actually, the D12 event I did the other day was kind of like that. Like they just.
How was that? Yeah, was it pretty cool? Or?
Yeah, it was good. It was good. I had a good time. Yeah.
D12. What's D12?
You know Eminem, D12, my band.
Eminem's band. He had a rap group. It's like all his friends.
Dirty Dozen.
I'm fake.
Oh, dude, you're falling behind.
I'm fake, man. I'm fake. That's the thing. Everyone's like, "Oh, Mikey, hip hop, rap, and everything." I've fallen off.
I think you make
I make hip hop stuff and rap stuff on the side, but you just know I do it. Yeah. That's the thing. It's like it's a starting thing to let people know about it. But yeah, it's like I have a pop track that's coming out soon. But yeah, it's different. But yeah, it's we try different things, but I don't advertise it. That's a thing.
One day
it'll pop off. We'll see.
Man, this is random, but what's the weirdest gig you guys have ever done? I wanted to ask you guys both this because I've done some weird ones.
I've been offered weird ones. Yeah. I've turned down a lot of weird ones.
Okay, what's the weirdest?
I've been offered like some OnlyFans stuff.
Oh, really?
Not to be on them, obviously.
Okay, I was like in the question. I'm
to shoot stuff, and I'm always like, nah.
Yeah, I've gotten like legit for myself. Yeah, I've gotten that before. I'm like, okay, cool. And then nothing brings about with that. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm glad about that, but
I had a crazy wedding one time. I can't really talk about too much about it.
Oh, don't get me wrong. OnlyFans people, you could do your thing. It's just not my type of content.
This one wedding I shot was like super. Like they rented out. They're super nice people. Like one of the craziest nights ever. I can't get into too much detail, but they did a wedding like literally in a hotel room.
Oh wow!
And it was
that's cool. You shot video for it?
Yeah, they wanted they hired me for a party video.
Oh, cool.
Huh.
And then I show up and it's a wedding.
Huh.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh, okay. Wild night. A wedding in a hotel room is different.
That is different.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Damn, I gotta think.
Wedding and
I had a similar one where I showed up to a shoot one time. Hopefully I could say this on the podcast. I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah. We'll see.
I showed up to a shoot. It was supposed to be like a instrumental video, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And I showed up, and it was like I walk into the hotel room, 9 just completely naked women.
Oh.
I was like, oh, this is what we're shooting. Okay.
That's something.
That's wild.
Yeah, it was wild, actually.
Damn.
Yeah.
How does that even happen?
How does that happen?
It was actually like...
No, I mean, like, how, like, where does the communication, like, on that?
Where was the miscommunication
there was
on
a lot.
Right?
Lost.
If I were to go back and explain all of the context, it would make a little bit of sense. But yeah, I had just come back from Calgary, and was talking to a friend saying like, oh, I'm coming back, I'm looking for like work kind of thing, I'm looking to, and they're like, oh, actually I know they're shooting this video for this thing or whatever. They didn't give me any details. Like I just knew it was going to be a bunch of girls. I didn't know what kind of thing it was going to be or anything.
Man, you guys have topped me for weird things. I've not had weird stuff.
Man,
I'm being honest.
I've done all over the map. I did a funeral one time. I shot a funeral.
You shot a funeral? Who's
out
hiring you
of
for a funeral? No
context.
offense, but
I've never done a
funeral.
funeral. Never done a funeral.
It was a very, very nice family, and they were very good to me. So it was actually a very good experience. But I guess that's a thing. I don't know. But
wait, no. My weirdest one was like a Punjabi kind of thing that I did. Like it was like a ceremony for a kid. I don't know about that.
Yeah,
that was a weird one. That was a weird one.
Weird.
It was strange. It was like, it was like not a school, but it was like a basement kind of thing.
Mikey with a camera in the school.
And it was like a basement kind of thing, and I was the only white guy there, and everyone was like that, and it's just like, and this was like my first couple gigs, guys. Like it was strange too.
Dude, the first few ones are always weird.
Yeah,
always weird.
It was strange. I'm like, okay, cool. And then that happened. It was like some ceremony for a kid. I'm like, this is strange. This is strange. It almost was like a baptism, but it wasn't.
You did photography?
I did photography for it.
Style?
My old style, like crazy old style. It was like very grainy.
Swirly effects.
No, not swirly.
That'd be funny.
Oh, I feel bad for that kid at that time. Yikes. But that happened.
I've had weird clients.
Yeah.
The weirdest one I've ever had was a club owner. Not gonna say which club. Not gonna say it because I think they're still open. Dude, first and only time meeting this guy, I'm shooting like a club video there. I go into his office at the end of the night to meet him because I had never met the owner up to that point, which usually is weird because usually I meet them at the start.
Yeah.
I just couldn't find them when I got in. Like they booked me. I go in. Dude, it was actually, I don't know if you guys were there. There's like a Major Laser event. Do you guys know who those are?
Major Laser? Oh,
yeah,
of course, yeah.
So yeah, they had one of those guys come out. It was dead. They didn't advertise it.
Oh, really?
Whatever. I go into like this guy's office to meet him afterwards. Bro. He is sat down counting money, having some girl massage his head. Oily massage on his bald head. And he's just having a casual conversation. like my friends were there too, so they walked in ahead of me. And I took one look. I start I leave.
Yeah.
I start laughing. I'm like, I can't, because he's like counting money as this girl's massaging his head.
You just walked into a.
But he's having just like one of the bartenders though.
Yeah.
Like it was one of the bartender girls was just massaging his oily head, and he's trying to have a normal conversation. He's like, "Oh yeah, the night went well."
How much
like,
you want to bet that girl has like counseling or something for that? Like that, I would after that.
Yeah, I don't know if the club's still open, but. That was I never went back there.
Dude, there was I had a similar situation with one of the clubs. It was right after COVID. They were just starting to open the clubs, and there was one club that reached out to me. I was taking photos for them, and then it was the guy that was like, "Hey, come to the back, let's meet each other." And it was dead. It was dead. It's always the back rooms or something. You never go to back rooms or clubs.
To a back room alone,
and literally, there was like people in the club, I guess it was the girls and everything, they were like vaping and everything in there, going like hardcore into that, and then the guy's just like, "So, photos." Like, okay, I'm out.
Yeah, it's like a mob contract.
It was mainly it felt like a mob room with that, because he had a bunch of weird books and everything in there too. It's like, you have a club with books in the back room.
Yeah, it's very mob-esque.
Have you guys had any like starstruck moments from when you're shooting?
Well, Keanu Reeves, but no, like no.
Most famous people.
I don't know. Like for me, the most starstruck for me, the most emotional thing for me was Nickelback, because literally Nickelback was the upbringing for me when I got to do that shoot. Like no joke, I was tearing up on the ground taking photos of Nickelback. I'm like, I can't be tearing up and doing this. I need to actually take photos. And the crazy part about with that one was the manager and the Nickelback team got me set up for that, and they're like, "Dude,
nice.
These photos are ridiculous. We love these, and they don't look like where you shot them." And it's like, we love them.
I know. Yeah,
and that was cool.
You're an incredible.
So, and that also the same instance was the G-Eazy one too. Like, I didn't expect him to post the photos, man.
Right.
Like that was like
you got the follow after.
I got the follow after
That's
too
sick.
from G-Eazy too. So that was like a starstruck moment for me. He was my favorite. He's my favorite rap hip hop artist too. So it's like, yeah.
You manifested that.
I manifested that. I met the dude. He's a weird person in person, but that
makes sense. Yeah.
They all are.
It makes sense. Yeah. Never meet your heroes, right? That's what they say.
Josh, what about you? Any starstruck moments?
I don't know about starstruck.
D12.
You know what? I was telling Mikey the story the other day. Actually, it was funny. I hung out with Papa Roach probably for like 8 hours.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Like that's before and after their concert and during, we were like beside the stage. Even the guy was like throwing his like drumsticks at us and stuff. It was funny. Yeah, but yeah, that was cool. At the end, the bassist Toby. Shout out to Papa Roach. All very very nice guys actually, making us drinks the whole night and stuff. Like even the lead singer, like, "Oh, my name's Jacoby." Just super nice guys. Yeah, it was funny. Toby, they ended up getting pretty smashed after, and we were like bonding over what music we liked, and then he was like, "I really like Rihanna." And then he like handed me his phone and like got me to make him a Rihanna playlist on his phone. He was like jamming out to it. I have a bunch of videos on my phone actually.
Nice.
This guy's just jamming out to Rihanna.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know about starstruck, but yeah, that was a pretty cool moment.
Like maybe at the start when I was like, "Oh my god!" Like even if I didn't really know who they were, and I'm like, "Oh my god!" Like this person, crazy huge. Yeah. But like now, like the ones that sometimes get me are like big rooms of just tons of people you'd know. Yeah. Like especially like now for like when we go on like bigger weekends, especially festivals, like the guys know everyone and everyone knows them. So it makes it easier for me because it's almost like an icebreaker because you can just be like, "Oh yeah, I'm their guy."
Oh yeah.
And almost immediately they're like, "Oh yeah, we're friends with them. We're friends with you now."
Cool. True. Good networking. Nice.
Yeah, and it's also easier when you're younger too because everyone that you meet 9 times out of 10 is older than me.
Yeah.
So it's like they can relate to me, so it's easier for them to talk to me.
For sure.
Because they've all been like 22 years old, 21 years old, 20 years old. Yeah. Whereas like if I was older doing it, I don't know, but mainly just the big rooms get me. Yeah. Like in LA at the Forum, like I go up on stage and I'm like I'm one of the only ones up there because there's like a huge camera crew there, but only like one of the guys they hired was actually allowed on stage. And then each artist was allowed their own guy. Oh, gotcha. So I was like one of the only people allowed on stage. So I feel like a big shot. I'm like, little imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome. Like, I'm like, I don't really belong here. It's just me. Like, I don't rig up my camera. So it's just my camera and a lens. Yeah. And there's these people with huge movie cameras walking around. And I'm like, geez. But
That's sweet. You should have grabbed the mic.
But then, like backstage, it's like, like I said, like Arizona Zervis, Young Gravy, all these people. And then I link up with Young Gravy. We go to his green room. We're partying.
Yeah.
And then he hires me on the spot. He's like, "Yo, I need a
nice.
video. I'll give you XYZ money. Like, make me a quick video." I go up in 5 minutes. I'm like, sick. And then we're chatting after. I fumbled a house party at his place, but whatever. And then like another one was like, we went to Miami for these things called the EDM Awards.
Oh.
So it's like, and it's Music Week, like Ultra Music Festival, one of the biggest festivals. So everyone's in Miami.
Oh yeah.
So we go to this EDM Awards thing, and it's like, you walk in, like, you know, I can't travel normally ever again because you have a driver all the time.
Mm-hmm.
We pull up in like, you know, like a decked out like G-Wagon, hop out, people like making sure we're all good. We walk in and it's like, oh my God, you're walking by, like, oh my God, there's a Lenium right beside you.
Dude.
You walk by, it's like, oh my God, we're chatting with Armin van Buren. We're chatting with like, I don't know, whoever. Artist. Yeah, like Frank Walker, like Martin Garrix, like whoever's there is there. Like everyone's there. And then like even like at the airport on the way out, they're like, "Oh yeah, we see our buddy got delayed too. Let's go say what's up to Steve." We're like, "Okay, get some content, whatever." I don't know who the fuck Steve is.
Yeah.
So we go over and Steve.
It's such an ambiguous
We
name,
go
right?
over and it's Steve Aoki.
Oh yeah.
Steve Aoki's just sitting there, so we're like,
Just chilling.
Yeah, I met him
just
the other
chilling.
day too, actually.
Yeah, so we were chatting, and that was like a week after he was just in Winnipeg too.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
But I missed him in
remember that
Winnipeg because I was traveling. So yeah, we met him at the airport. We chatted for like 10-15 minutes. Super nice dude. Nice. Super chill guy. But yeah, like that type of stuff. Like the big rooms filled with so many people.
Yeah.
Like we went to a Spotify party later that day, which is sick to say.
Oh,
Like,
I've heard Spotify parties are
dude,
nuts.
event parties are wild. They had I don't know if you guys know who Hyla is or Hayla. She
Hayla?
sings on
I
a
don't think
bunch
so.
of EDM songs.
Okay.
Like I don't know if you've heard like, "I wanna be where you are."
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, so she sings that. She sings like John Summit, Dead Mouse, tons of those.
Oh,
types
Dead
of
Mouse,
tracks.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
But they had her like come in and do like an acoustic cover of like all her tracks
crazy.
I would have loved
for like
that.
a small like party.
Wow.
Like it was like a
That's
small
incredible.
industry party, and I'm there. I'm like,
man,
oh.
that's
like,
pretty amazing.
I'm all pumped. But then like I'm running into people like I met in Winnipeg and stuff. Like I met like I don't know if you guys know who Kyle Hook is.
Yeah, I've
He's
heard his name.
Machine Gun Kelly's photographer.
Oh, okay.
And like Megan Fox and Travis Barker and all of them.
Megan Fox. Eh?
But I go up to him because I met him in Winnipeg, and then we were chatting for like 30 minutes because he recognized me, and then like another producer comes up that knew me from like another cheat code show. So all of a sudden you're having people come up to you that know you, and you're like, "Whoa, this
Dude,
is
you're
weird."
famous. Yeah.
Dude.
Like not
Yeah,
really.
you're famous,
But
yeah.
once you get in like once you get in a certain
Yeah.
network, like everyone.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I had some girl recognize me in Miami. That was sick.
Yeah.
Wow.
She's like a diehard fan of these
That's
guys.
crazy.
She's like a diehard fan of these guys, and they tag me in everything.
Yeah.
Which shouldn't be. That's a pet peeve.
That's
Not
a pet
tagging.
peeve. Not tagging,
Well,
yeah,
not
that
tagging,
is
likes
a very
and
big
dislikes?
pet. Likes and
Dude.
dislikes, we're
You
going
don't-
back
Yeah.
in, yeah.
But they tag me in
yeah.
everything, and
That's
this girl
huge.
this
That's
girl
good.
comes up to me. She's like, "Are you Ronin?" I was like, "We're in Miami." I was like,
Yeah.
Dude.
"Yeah, how do you know
Even
me
if
in
I
Miami?"
wasn't,
She's like,
yes.
she's like, "I love your videos." I was like, "Sick,
Nice.
perfect icebreaker."
Oh yeah. That's
Still
awesome,
fumbled
man.
it, but
We're going back to the fumble.
Hey, maybe not. Maybe she's listening. And she's.
Hey, listen.
nah.
Mm.
You're funny as hell.
That'd be so funny. She reached out to you after
Dude.
She did a week ago.
Wait, what?
Yeah, she responded to one of my stories. It was like,
You gotta.
"I'm not
that
gonna
up,
be
man.
back, bro. This isn't a dating show. Let's get chill here."
It is now.
It's now. Everyone, message her.
Yeah.
Hey, I did a dating show back in COVID with Twitch and everything. when I
Did you
that.
actually?
Yeah, that was a
Wow.
big thing. So I was
Did you
like,
get a match?
no, I didn't get anything.
What does that mean? What did you do?
No, I was the host for the dating show, so it's matching people. I was not the person that was. No.
Goes on a dating show.
I was on a dating show. No, I hosted the dating show.
I was just gonna say, what did you do?
No,
Like-
I was doing it. No, I was hosting the dating show. Well,
Okay,
I
that
was a
makes
kid.
sense.
I was trying to be a contestant on some kind of like some kind of thing like with like Austin Show, Gondok, and everything back when. But that was a entire horn deal thing, but a long time ago. But yeah, I hosted a thing in COVID. Didn't get anyone, but it's fine. One
the
day.
host never does. Right? Isn't
Yeah,
that how it goes?
I guess the host never gets
Yeah.
the most. Host most. I think that's it. Coast. Are we just rhyming now?
Yeah, that's what I thought you were doing. Yeah. We were talking about rap earlier.
Rapping?
You know, whatever.
Listen, I don't know Eminem on D12. It's fine.
Oh, dude, that was another thing. That was a starstruck moment. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
No,
it's okay.
go ahead. You go ahead.
I was just gonna say it was funny because one of the members got my number because like it wasn't a very organized show. I guess they just kind of threw it together as a second day. So I ended up like telling one of the guys off stage like, well, how am I gonna get you guys these pictures? Yeah. And then he took my number down, and it was super funny. I left that venue. I had to work the next day at like 6 a.m. and I was driving home. I live the thing was at Bulldogs in the north. I live all the way in the south in St. Norbert. I was almost home, and the guy was calling me like, yo, like what's going on tonight, kind of thing. I'm like, I don't know. No. So Monday evening, I'm about to go to bed, man. It's kind of funny.
Dude,
oh my God.
Pet peeve, last minute calls for shows.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's sick.
Sometimes
yeah, that is sick sometimes, but
sometimes I like it. But
now they're sick. When I was starting, it sucked.
Yeah.
Now I get like way cooler calls.
That's true.
Yeah.
True.
Like when I was in Boston last weekend, I got a text Monday. Yo, what are you doing Friday? I have a show. Why? Oh, well, we're playing a show in Boston. Do you want to come out? Yeah, I canceled my gig. I was like, they sent
Boston, let's go.
They sent me my flights Wednesday. I flew out Friday.
Loved it.
Came back Saturday.
Oh,
I
wish.
Last minute calls
awesome.
like that are sick.
Well, yeah.
That's pretty epic.
I miss those. I don't miss those.
But then other ones, other ones when a club hits you up, like it's like a big, like say it's like St. Patrick's Day. They hit you up like the day of. They're like, "Yo, can you come in tonight?" It's like, no. Like,
I know.
It's like the busiest gig night of the year.
You know what day that happens to me every single year is New Year's Eve.
Yeah, New Year's is always
New
for me. I guess like that
every year, and I always have like 10 to 15 people saying like, "Oh, do you want to cover my event?" I honestly at this point I just. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. Me, you, and Eric. Yeah.
That was the thing.
Yeah, that's right.
Where was that?
That was, what is it, Radisson?
Radisson.
That's cool.
All right.
That was the last 2 years I've been doing Radisson. So
Dope.
second year. I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah, New Year's Eve is always I like New Year's Eve since I've become a photographer.
Yeah, it's nice. You get
my
some
rejecting time. I
Yeah.
have to say no to so many people.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
Yeah. Every year, same.
Because I'm always locked up at the Village. I'm like, they were my first club, so I'm like, I always go there.
Yeah, that's fair. That makes sense. I think I started out with Village. Was my first actually club thing was Village actually.
Dope.
So
Never
you
even
took
Village
my
boys.
you took my
Village
you
boys.
took it, my dude. We love it.
I got hooked up because one of my friends used to be a bartender there. So
Oh, really?
She like.
What's your name? I might know her.
Mikkel. She didn't work there long.
Oh, okay. Never mind
Yeah.
then.
Shout out Mikkel.
We love Mikkel.
She always takes credit. She always wants a commission. It's like I made you. I was like, bro, like stop.
I was gonna say too, it'd be funny if Mikey was like, "Yeah, I sure miss shooting there."
I don't know, bro.
I don't know what happened, but
What happened? They found him.
I've been their guy for a couple of years now. It's
Yeah.
I actually have a deal with them. Like I have this with some of my clients. Again, like it helps my business. Kind of a dick move to other people, but like I have a deal where like they can't hire anyone else.
That's smart.
Yeah.
Again, like it's selfish,
That's smart.
like almost
Whatever.
like,
That's
but
cool.
like, dude, I've been screwed over. I mean, I'm sure you guys have too. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I've been screwed over so many times
Oh,
that
yeah.
now I'm like, I'm so careful
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
that's
with
fair.
who I get connected with, and I'm so careful with getting people to fill in and
Yeah.
whatnot.
Yeah.
So
Same
I
here.
protect my business.
Yeah.
As nice as I am, like about it, like I do want to protect.
Yeah,
my
if there's
business.
a thing that I can't do, I either message people that I like quite know or know that they will actually provide actually good stuff to the client.
Yeah, it's gotta
that I'm
be quality, too.
It's got to be quality. If you don't do it, then you break that relationship.
Sometimes I've hit people up and like they shoot, and then the client gets back and they're like, "Yeah, we can't use this." And I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, it looks bad on you.
Oh,
Even
yeah.
though
It looks
wasn't you who
terrible,
shoots it.
yeah.
It looks terrible.
Yeah, I don't even think I have anybody at the moment that I could like call up if I can't do something.
I've
But
hit up
I also
Mikey
am
once
like
or twice.
notoriously
Yeah,
bad at saying
just hit
yes.
me up once
I
or
say,
twice,
I say
that's
yes to
okay.
everything. How are you guys with that?
Yeah, I usually I try my
so bad
best
for
to.
that.
Well, it depends on the thing. Like if it depends on the thing that I want to take, then sure I'll
Yeah.
say yes. But if it's like something I'm like, nah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, it depends.
I don't do it so much anymore. I used to. Like that's how I like built my connections, and I mean that's how it started with concerts and clubs. I was just like yes.
Yeah, it's
Go,
the only
go,
way to
go.
get in. I
Yeah,
feel
that's
like.
Oh yeah, but then now like I'm pretty selective. Like I don't mean to be like a big dog, but like I get enough offers where I'm like, okay, I can turn down this.
Yeah,
This.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, both of you guys are at that point now.
Starting to.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm starting to
We're on
get to that
tour,
point.
man.
Well,
Yeah.
that's why I'm saying starting to get to that.
Are you
point.
pumped?
I'm so pumped, man. It's gonna be a lot.
Are you allowed to talk about that, or is?
Well, this will be out probably at the time when I'm on tour, though. I'm
Sick.
assuming I'll probably get this out
What if
like
they're like
when-
outraged, like, oh my goodness,
outraged.
Mikey,
What?
what is this?
I can't believe this. What? No, I'll get this out
fired.
probably. Yeah, I'm fired on the spot on tour. That's what my family is so scared about with me. They're like,
What?
Yo, they're gonna fire you on spot.
That's not gonna happen.
I know.
bro.
It's not gonna happen to you. Your work is good, and
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. Maybe I'll get fired on the spot. Then it's just like, yeah, let's go learning experience. I'm kidding. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm super pumped, super cautious about what I say online and everything just right now, just because it's
Yeah,
like,
of course, yeah.
that's the thing. Like, I don't know how it's gonna be with Border right now. It's like they could say
You'll be
no.
fine.
That's
They're
why. That's
just
why.
showing
I've been telling you,
I'm
bro.
overthinking
They're just
it.
showing you a clip of something you said. They're like,
Yeah.
did you say
Okay,
this
you
last
said this?
week?
Yeah. You said this last weekend. That's
Like,
it.
maybe don't send this to Border Patrol, but
Yeah.
Okay, we're cutting this part out.
no.
Making fun of them.
We've been talking about.
You remember
my tour
making fun
the
of
whole
us?
time.
Okay.
We gotta even it out.
We gotta
Come
even
on.
it out.
Remember making fun of us a week ago?
Yeah, remember that.
Denied.
Oh, no. Denied. Now I'm gonna get denied for the Border now in the future.
No,
Let's
you'll be
go.
good. You're stressing too hard. You'll be good.
That's the thing for
They
me.
literally don't
Yeah.
care.
Yeah.
Like they.
No, it depends on who you get for the Border. They do care. I got a question
Really?
last year for just going to Boston, just for a trip.
Damn.
Yeah, because I go to the U.S. so much, just for sake of
That's
trips
crazy,
and
man.
everything. Yeah, they do question you all the
If they're
time.
gonna
Oh,
question you,
I've
they're
gone-
gonna question anybody.
Well, yeah.
I've gotten grilled before, but like
Yeah, me too.
nothing
Yeah.
ever. It's usually like they're more concerned about like if you're smuggling anything.
Yeah, I guess.
Like,
Just kidding.
You're going smuggling something? No, yeah, they're like, hey, what are you doing? I'm going for just leisure-wise. I'm going
for a concert.
Going for a
Shooting
concert.
it for
No.
free.
Yeah, exposure. No, like legit. I was like, yeah, I'm going to Boston, hanging out with a friend, going to the Boston Bruins game at the time. What?
Sorry.
Okay, yeah, that's true. We have the Jets coming out here and everything.
We'll bleep that out.
We'll
too.
bleep that
Just kidding.
No, that was cool. TV
Poverty
guard.
franchise.
Yes. Hey, you went to Boston. So.
I love Boston.
Yeah, Boston's
Hate
good.
the sports teams.
Okay. Okay.
Well, yeah.
Okay, we're having beef.
I'm a
now.
Lakers fan. I'm a Lakers fan, so.
There you go. Yeah, Celtics. Can
Okay.
Die.
Yeah.
Basketball,
Bruins
I'm like,
could
yeah,
die.
basketball is, yeah, for me it's Lakers. But as for
Smart man.
hockey wise, it's for me, it's Pittsburgh and Boston for me.
Like yellow.
Yeah, like, you know, I'm Penguins and Bruins guy, but yeah.
Okay. It's a weird. I respect.
It's a
the
weird
Penguins
combo, but
pick.
yeah. Well, I love Lemieux when he was in
Oh, yeah, yeah.
at the
Okay.
time. And then the Bruins, it's, who's the guy that goes crazy for, like, hitting people? I forget his name.
On the
Zdeno
Bruins.
Chara.
Yeah, I
Way
think
back
it's
when.
him.
Oh, that big.
Yeah.
What
No,
is it,
he's
Croatia
just
or
short
something?
little guy. He's on-
Marchand?
Yeah, him.
Oh.
Yeah, he's a rat.
Yeah, I like him.
I don't know anything.
Yeah, I
about
like
hockey.
him.
It's okay.
I'm terrible with names, but once I get the face, then I'm like, oh yeah, this guy. But yeah.
Yeah, I can't talk to. I'm a Capitals fan, so
Okay, then
I
yeah,
know, I
there's the
know.
door. I'm
This is-
sorry.
that's a literal like poverty franchise.
Like what? Of all teams, why Capitals?
I love Ovechkin.
Okay,
Big
that's
Ovechkin
fair.
fan.
That's fair then.
Other than that, it's like Blackhawks and Jets are like.
Okay.
Can't really say you're a Blackhawks fan now with the whole sex scandal.
Ooh, wait, what happened about that?
I have no idea.
I don't
Their
know
like
either.
video coach like took advantage of like one of
Oh,
the players
that's
way back
awful.
when, and they fired like the whole team. And it was bad, yeah.
Yikes.
It was like a couple of years ago.
That's
This was
crazy.
like
Oh, really?
recent. Yeah,
Jeez,
it's a whole thing.
that's out of my touch.
Yeah, I didn't even know.
Yeah. I have a friend that's a photographer in the Jets though. She's,
Oh, really?
She's dope.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Oh,
They have
that's
so many
They
photographers.
do.
Do they?
Yeah. Yeah. They have like
I worked
2 or
at Jets
3.
games. They suck. The photographers are weird.
Really? How
I
Which
just
one?
do the games I want to work, but I'm like one of the guys that skates on the ice.
Yeah, I've
The
seen you there a
shoveler
couple
dudes,
times.
yeah.
I'm like, hey.
Oh, that's cool.
I just do because I'm like free hockey.
Why not?
Tickets are expensive.
I know.
So
Get
if
to
I
be on
get
the ice,
and I
that's
get to
cool.
be on the ice with the
Yeah,
players, like
That's cool.
Might as well.
that's a starstruck moment, totally unrelated. To
Oh, yeah,
the-
true.
Like I'm on the ice, I'm looking over, I'm like, ooh, that's Crosby. I'm like, oh
Yeah.
my god, I'm skating with Crosby.
When I was working TSN at the time, I was doing like interviews with the guys and everything. So like we were doing like an on ice kind of thing, and like down ice level, then it's like I'm either meeting some of the Jets players the odd time or one of the away
nice.
teams. So it was like odd time. It was like, oh, Crosby's coming by, or like at the time it was like Blake Wheeler was coming by.
Right.
I was
That's
like, oh,
sick.
geez, cool. I got to talk to the
yeah,
player and
that's
everything.
cool.
So I was like keeping tabs of what players and everything. And also too, like when I get set up for those games and everything, I set up the room mics and everything, so I got to hear what their like music beforehand or their pump up music and everything.
Got
so,
some dirt on them. No, just kidding.
in a sense,
Right?
in a sense, like, hey, this team plays country before, this team
Right.
plays rock music or something. It was
That's
kind of
cool.
It was kind of neat
Yeah,
for that.
that is really neat, actually. Yeah.
Yeah. How about you guys? What do you go for going into like a shoot or when you're driving to your said like concert or event? Do you listen to like a music or playlist or something going into the car?
That's a really good question, actually. Yeah, I don't even know if I thought about it like consciously, but yeah, I feel like I have
A
to.
radio
kind
or
of thing.
something or a radio station? I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, just like
Something.
whatever I'm listening
Whatever.
to at the time. But yeah, I do like to listen to music before gigs.
Or on the flight, something.
Oh, flights all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
What else is there to listen to?
Yeah,
on
there's
the flight?
nothing on the flight.
Babies crying, people complaining.
I listen lots of the time. Like if I'm going to like clubs, I'll listen to whatever. Honestly, like usually slow songs, just because I'm a
really?
big fan of just sad music. So I'll be listening.
Who
to
hurt you, man?
Girl from Miami.
Hey. Anyways,
Don't worry, it's fine.
But
relate, man.
if I'm going to a concert, like I'll listen to that artist's music, just because it feels like studying.
Yeah, that's true.
So especially like
I do that after the fact.
Really?
I do. On the way home and everything. But as for going to it, it's like something different.
like 9 times out of 10, I'm not too familiar with the artist I'm shooting.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm just blasting their songs in the car on the way over, trying to at least memorize their hits,
fair.
like,
Yeah, so you can be like, oh, this song.
This
you
song.
know?
or at least so you can look like you know the rhythm on stage.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you're
Yeah.
on stage, like,
That's true.
if you're like, you know, if you're like about to like rage and they play a slow song, you're like, oh, I'm an idiot,
Yeah.
because you don't recognize it. So I
Raging at a slow song. Let's go.
Yeah.
rave. Yeah, but yeah, I'll like study up on the music beforehand.
Yeah.
And did you guys, man, I know when I first started doing stuff like that, getting on stage, I was so nervous to get on stage. Now I don't feel that at all.
No, it felt
anymore.
natural for me when I
Really,
first
eh?
started. Like, I don't
my
think I
goodness.
was no, because everyone was like prepped me for.
Yeah, you don't
like,
feel like you're just
no.
getting in the way or
Getting in the
anything
way,
like
no,
that?
unless it's like a bigger band, then yeah.
Right,
But
yeah.
when I first started, but like me consciously, no, I was like, this is natural to me. I don't know.
I lucked
weird.
out with good people right off the hop.
Yeah.
That were kind of helping me. Like the
Yeah.
first like few shows I shot were all DJs. There's like Chico. It's like there's like Felix Cartel, like a few other people.
Sorry.
And like you talk to them beforehand, nicest dudes.
Yeah.
They're all like, oh yeah, do your
that's
thing. That's the best. I always like to hear. I'm like, any do's or don'ts, do your thing. I'm like,
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah, I know. I love
Yeah.
hearing that.
And then I had like Ben Darty, who again, like at the time he was like, now he's with Tim McGraw, but he was doing work with like Maple Leafs and stuff.
Probably Jets party.
Wow.
Yeah, the dude's just like.
That's the exchange
Yeah,
district.
Exchange district, everyone.
I hope he's okay.
Okay, he's gone. He's
But yeah, like I had like
He's gone, yeah. Sorry, man.
no, you're good. But I had like him to kind of help me out, give me tips, and I had, like Dave Mack. Was
Yeah, Dave,
great.
I
Love
yeah.
Dave. Shout out Dave. Yeah, he helped me out too. Why is
No, you're good. You're good. I turned
That's
off
all
my
good.
phone too,
Yeah.
just in case.
I thought I put it on Do Not Disturb.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
it's good.
yeah, how about for like what are some tips for like some upcoming videographers or even photographers? Don't just straight up that.
I don't need the competition.
You don't need competition, yeah. But yeah, what are some tips that are people like? I always get people that message me like, "Hey, what do I do? How to start, or where should I go about like this?" What's some tips you guys think?
You know what? It's funny. I literally was kind of almost having this conversation organically the other day. I think the first thing that came to mind for me to tell this person, like, make sure you really, really want to do this.
Yeah.
Because, like, I think people often think about it like, oh, I'm going to buy a camera, I'm going to take pictures, whatever, maybe make money with it. But just all the extra stuff that comes along with that, especially, like, interacting with people and how to be social in situations like
Yeah.
that, is such, like, you really got to, like, navigate your way through that. I feel.
Yeah.
You really got to be good at working with people and talking with people and knowing when to do certain things and when not to do certain things, especially if you're doing events. So yeah, I guess that would be my first thing, is just like make sure you really want to do it, because it's a
Yeah.
lot of work,
That's
a lot of learning.
How about you? You're just like, nah.
Dude,
Competition, nah.
No, I mean I'm super competitive. No, I love it. I'm super competitive. So it's like it's hard now. Like, I came in at the perfect time. I don't know about you
Yeah.
guys. I came in, like, I started doing it right after COVID. So everything was reopening and needed people.
Right.
Dude, I started before COVID, and then COVID hit. Then it was like, bro, I can't win.
We're doing a podcast.
We're going to
today,
the
right?
podcast then. She.
Put the whiteout party on hold, guys.
Sorry, guys. But yeah, like legit for me, it was I started right before COVID. So my first gig was NF, but at the same time,
That's sick.
It was the opener for NF.
First gig, that's crazy.
First gig was NF opener, and I reached out to him. He's like, "Yeah, let's ring you out and everything." And it was first show ever, like visually wise. But yeah, it was like, like try those moments that you want to, like if there's an artist that you really want to do, make sure that. I say for upcoming photographers, do like the little venues always. Do like Bulldog. We used to have the Goodwill, so rip the Goodwill.
Bulldog with their
Bulldog.
green and purple lights.
Purple lights, everything. But no, like I think if you're not from Winnipeg, just find out your local venues from like 200 cap or lower, and just reach out to the venue or reach out to a band that's playing there and just ask to shoot for them. Get some experience because you got to play around with lighting, different tips and everything, just to get yourself situated, because if you don't start out with the local scene, how are you going to get started?
Yeah, it's impossible.
You can't.
Yeah. Winnipeg has lots of good venues too.
Yeah.
Lots of good places to start. Yeah.
And reach
if
out
you
to
have the passion for it, just start. I guess is another piece of advice. Just do it.
And reach out to even like people that are at the show too, like bands. What do you want to see, or in general, if there's other photographers, ask them a little bit of help at the show. But yeah.
See, I think I have like an opposite stance.
You're just
I'm
like,
no. I agree with most of what you said. I'm just not a big this is gonna make me sound like a douche. I'm not a big fan of like working with local people, like supporting local. That's a terrible thing to say.
I'm out of here.
But no, based on like experience, like my personal experience. Either like half of them are the nicest people you'll ever meet.
Yeah.
Half of them are the worst clients you will ever have.
For sure.
And I'm at the point where I don't have to do it anymore. So I just say no to local artists.
Yeah, that's totally fair.
Is that an hour? Minute or what is it?
It's an hour.
It's an hour right now? Hour 17? Oh, wow.
Oh, he's done with us. We're going overtime.
Yeah, we're doing a little bit. Okay,
chilling, we're vibing, we're vibing.
I didn't even go through a lot of the stuff that we wanted to talk.
We can
Just
speed run.
Let's do a speed run.
Speed running? Oh,
Yeah.
jeez, okay.
Josh, you go first. I'll follow.
What do you, yeah, what do you all think of the scene here for, like, photographers and videographers, I guess,
Oh, man. Just hit us
with that.
I don't like it.
It's
You don't like it?
It's really hit and miss.
Yeah, it's a hit or miss with people. Like, there's some good people, some
It's so two extremes.
Yeah.
Like, really good and really bad.
Yeah, why do you think I shoot outside the city?
That's fair.
You gotta get out of Winnipeg.
Yeah.
Does the family support you guys for this thing?
Yeah, they think
they're
it's
not
cool.
unsupportive.
Yeah. There's, like, my family's starting to, like, support me for the thing. They're like, yo, you're doing crazy stuff now.
To be honest, I think they don't really realize what I'm doing.
Really?
I think so. Yeah, it's not like because of a bad reason or anything. I just think they don't know about that stuff, so they see me go around with the camera and stuff.
How about you?
See, I'm in school. Like,
Yeah.
I have my last final in 2 days, so I'm just like, they just think it's cool. Like, because I treat it like a part-time job. Like,
Yeah, same.
I don't treat it like a career or anything. So.
Well, my family's considering this basically a career. They're like, oh yeah, I do radio as well on the side. I love to do radio full time if I can, or I just want something full time. I just want a stable income right now. That's all I want. Mainly be like fed. I could have a home. We're good. We're chilling. I just
You don't need
that.
a home when you're on the road.
That's true. We don't need a road. The wheels are my home.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. But yeah, we'll see. What do we got?
Speed run.
I'm trying to look through. We went through
Come
some
on,
of
Mikey,
these.
let's go here.
What?
Pressure's on.
The pressure is on. Who are some clients or people you hope to work with in the future?
Oh man, you go first.
Like realistically, or if I could pick anyone.
Anyone. I'll say Nickelback. Honestly, for me,
I'm seeing Nickelback in a week this weekend.
Oh, you are?
They're in LA
You
when
worked with
we're
them
there.
already.
I worked with them, but like not actually like full time though. I want full time though. But the logistically of that, nah. That'd be cool.
Griselda for me.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
That'd be sick.
Yeah.
Did you shoot, were you here when Conway came?
For some, I don't know what was wrong with me. Griselda is like, I'm like the biggest Griselda fan you'll ever
And you
meet.
didn't come?
I didn't go. I don't know why.
Damn, that was like, that
Terrible.
was the second concert I ever shot.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You
Damn.
shot that?
Yeah.
Damn.
Conway was actually
jealous.
like a surprisingly nice dude.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah, he was a nice dude.
Yeah. I'm a huge. I would love to work with them.
Yeah.
Even just like I feel like my style goes well with their style, very gritty, dark kind of stuff. So.
Yeah.
Any misconceptions about photo or video that you heard?
That it's easy.
That's true. People think
It's
you
quite
could
the
just
opposite.
you could start tomorrow.
Yeah, it's the opposite of easy.
Yeah.
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 Misconceptions are
Yeah.
that like we can actually get paid.
Yeah,
Dude,
that is
Yeah.
that is
Granted,
lucrative. That's a good one. Yeah.
Granted, like I can't blame anyone because when I'm working, like half the time I'm an idiot. I don't have the normal workflow that like most people do.
Yeah.
Like
Same.
I'm drinking.
Same.
I go hard in the paint when I work.
Yeah.
I've had some rough nights.
Yeah.
Like not great, but like
Couldn't tell
that's
by
what I
your
do.
videos.
Dude, the drunker I get, the better I film. It's a thing.
There you go.
It's a science.
I can't do that. I tried it one day. I tried being tipsy. Can't do it.
I'm usually sober, like
See, I
95% of the time.
I
sober.
can't do the opposite.
Yeah.
Like
weird.
I always do like 2 shots before a show.
Right.
That's
Boom
crazy.
boom, pound it back, little confidence on stage. Like
To be fair, yesterday I did a rap battle, and just like something about their energy and how appreciative they were.
Yeah.
Like so many people offered me drinks, and I felt like I couldn't say no. So
Yeah,
that's why
after.
I woke up on my friend's couch this
Oh my
morning.
gosh. What kind of things do you guys do when you're off time?
Oh,
Photo,
man.
video stuff.
And
School.
School. Yeah.
yeah, surprisingly, I guess you could say this for a lot of artists, photographers, videographers, but I'm very introverted, so
Yeah, same.
just keep to myself, play video games, do stuff like that.
I watch TV shows. So I just finished Fallout last night. So it was a good
I heard
one.
that was really good.
It was really good.
Yeah, I gotta check that out. I love the Fallout games.
Yeah. I played it like once, the Fallout game, and I'm like, this is too much customization for me.
Too complicated.
Too
Yeah,
complicated.
that's
I like the
fair.
simple shooter stuff like
Yeah,
Halo
yeah,
and
yeah,
everything.
yeah,
So it's
yeah.
like FPS stuff, Call of Duty. I wish they need a new Battlefield.
They do.
They
yeah,
do.
Don't they have one? Isn't there a new
It was
one?
bad though.
Oh, okay. It doesn't count.
Yeah. We don't count that. We don't count that one.
It sucks.
Best piece of advice you've ever gotten for photo or video?
Josh, you take this on.
Oh,
You
I
go
got.
first.
I'll be
I
honest
got
with you. I
speed
got
round,
nothing right now.
Advice?
Yeah.
Man, to be honest, I feel like I don't have an answer for this question. The reason why is, I guess I feel like my come up has mostly almost all been by myself. I haven't even really worked with lots of people.
Yeah.
I haven't come across a lot of people that I like connect with on that level to like talk about work. So
Yeah.
I don't even know if I've ever really like had somebody sit me down and say like, "Oh, this is how it
Best
is."
piece
Kind
of
of
advice,
thing. It's
yeah.
just all
Huh.
figured it out all for myself. Still figuring it out.
Yes.
Lots of stuff I'm still figuring out. That's for sure.
Same.
Network.
Yeah.
Network.
The main
And
thing.
be yourself. I mean, that's corny, but
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
be like like getting gigs half the time is like actually being good,
Mm-hmm.
and the other half is just being a cool dude.
Yeah.
Gotta be
100%.
cool.
Like people
Yeah.
don't want to work with weirdos
Yeah.
or people that creep them out or like.
You got to be genuine. If you don't, then
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
you're not gonna be well.
I feel like my like the way I am since I started doing events has completely morphed.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
it's just so easy for me to network and like connect with people, and it's like it's natural. It's not even like I'm giving them a pitch. It's just literally like what I want to talk about with them. Kind of.
Oh, and you like never know who other people know.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Exactly.
Yeah,
crazy.
that's true.
You'll meet someone, or you'll get messages like, "Hey, so and so like recommended you," and you're like,
Yeah. Happens all
Yeah,
the
"They
time.
crazy.
recommended me
Yeah.
like that
Yeah.
dude I
Isn't it?
talked
Yeah,
to
I
a
love
month
when that
ago."
happens.
Like,
Yeah, I love when that happens.
oh, it's the best. It's wild though.
yeah.
And have fun with it. You're doing this, and you gotta take those moments for granted, right?
That is a good piece of advice. Yeah. In the end, we're doing this because we enjoy it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we just said sometimes it's not the most lucrative, or it's hard to make good money with it, but
Yeah.
That's fun though. It's a good time.
Yeah. It is a good time.
I tell people I get paid to party, so I'm
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. I haven't paid to go to an event in years.
Oh, really?
I think. Yeah.
I'm same honestly.
Yeah.
I buy tickets like here and there if I actually like the
Yeah.
artist.
Usually, if I want to
haven't-
go,
yeah.
I'll contact somebody to do with that event and say, "Oh, can I like do whatever?"
Do this thing, yeah. I haven't,
Usually it's a
I haven't
yes.
paid for a show in a minute. I might pay for a show that's getting announced, I think, on Tuesday or something. If you
Look
guys,
at you. You had the
that
early
one.
scoop.
that scoop one, yeah. There's one on Tuesday that's getting announced here. I'm like,
Cool.
oh, I really want to. I'm probably gonna watch that and also shoot it. I'm like,
Nice.
so we'll see. If you could talk to yourself from a year from now, what would you tell yourself?
If like
we're talking to a year earlier.
No, a year.
A year
like,
from now.
I'm
Yeah,
talking
from
right
now
now?
to a year.
to somebody.
To yourself. To yourself in a
Dude,
year.
I would have love to see even where I am. I just want to know
Right?
my location in a year. Just I don't even know. It's a tough one. What would I tell my future self? Just keep doing what you're doing, I guess.
Yeah, don't worry. For me, it would be don't worry. I worry too much.
Man,
Yeah,
mine
same.
would be like, bro, Ronin in a year, if you're not graduated yet, get your stuff together, bro. I have 6 courses left. If I'm not graduating in a year, I'm going to be pissed.
No.
So, yeah, that's my advice, or what I would say is,
Graduate?
yeah, graduate.
Graduate.
C's get degrees, baby.
Excuse me.
I
I'm
thought
good.
you had
I'm
something
good.
to say. I'm
something
like,
big
okay.
to say, yeah, I have an
This is
announcement
like,
to make.
that's when you do something. She's
Yeah.
like, yeah. This one I really want to know. Do you feel like you made some impact at some point for doing this thing?
100%.
Yeah.
100%. I actually was thinking the other day of like compiling because I've had so many clients reach out, and you know, as Ronan said, sometimes clients aren't the best, but the ones that are good are just like
Oh, the best.
that's why
Yeah.
I do this. Honestly, at this point, is just the nice clients I work with. I have a lot of nice clients. They say a lot of nice things, and I'm very grateful for that.
Yeah.
So I would like to think because of those nice things people are saying, I've made an impact.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a few people that have actually, like, there was someone in Saskatchewan that reached out to me, like, a couple years ago, or 2 years ago. They're like, I started photography because of you. There's a
Yeah.
few people,
Yeah,
I've
I
had
got
that a
that.
couple
I got
times,
that before,
actually.
too.
And there's, like, people I wanted to meet you for so long because your work is made. I'm like,
Yeah.
crazy.
One time I
shocks me
actually,
always.
this is an interesting story kind of, I was going out for dinner with a friend of mine, and he was linking up with other friends of his, and we just got on, like it wasn't even me who brought it up, I was just pretty much the quiet person in the situation.
Yeah.
And they were talking about photographers, and then this girl was like, oh, I really like this guy, and it was my profile.
That's crazy.
No way.
I was like, oh, thanks, I really
stop.
appreciate that. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
really cool.
that
Yeah.
is sick. Yeah, I've met photographers in like scenes. I'm like, oh, do you know this person or whatever? And then they pull up my name or I pull up there and I'm like, oh, you're this person. You're this
Yeah,
person. I'm like,
that's
oh.
how I met you.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
I followed you for like a while.
Yeah.
And then I met you finally. I didn't
Yeah.
know what you looked like or anything.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, geez.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had that with a friend in Vancouver. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, this is you.
Yeah. Fun
Yeah.
stuff.
Cool. Yeah. Describe yourselves with one word. What would it be? I already did mine last week. So
Charismatic was
Charismatic.
yours, right?
I'm
Yeah.
pulling it again.
Oh man, one word.
One word.
Resourceful. I don't know.
Yeah. How about you, man?
Stupid.
You're
Those are the-
stupid.
I'm an idiot.
Okay.
I like to tell people I'm the hardest working lazy person ever.
Aw.
Man, those are the people who make the best work, though. I swear to God, I'm not just saying that either. Like,
Oh, dude, I
Actually do.
procrastinate so
Yeah.
much, bro.
yeah, me too. I'm a bad procrastinator.
It takes a while.
I know you're
for me.
not. You're like the opposite.
It's weird. I no joke, guys. I wasn't before.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think after I started the photography, then that's when
Some
it
clicked?
switched.
Yeah.
That's when we switched.
It's good. What happened? I need to know.
Pick up a camera. That's when you start, man. But now you pick up a camera, and then it doesn't start. Man. Get more better gear. I don't know. That's all I could say.
What's
Yeah.
I want to know what's the worst, either like worst luck you've had or experience, or like, is there something really bad that's ever happened? Like something went really wrong.
You know
I
what?
want to know.
Honestly, I've been asked this before. I don't think I've ever had anything really bad happen. The worst I can think of
My
is,
gear break on a shoot once. That was like a
that's
couple
pretty
weeks
bad.
ago. That was stupid because literally I've told you guys this. My camera, my Sony's just terrible the odd time. Like literally, it broke last year because the shutter broke, and then literally a year later, maybe like 9 months later, it broke again during a shoot. I'm like, I can't be dealing with this. This sucks. So I've had my gear break on shoots.
Yeah,
Down.
that's rough.
It sucks.
The only thing I can think of is one time I did a shoot for an artist, and I got the shoot hooked up through his manager, and I guess he just left it up to the artist to like tell them it was for an album, so they were shooting
sick.
like photos for it. And actually, they ended up using it as the album cover and everything. It ended up kind of working out.
Yeah.
But I guess what they were going for, the manager had like this plan of all these the type of shots he wanted to do.
Yeah.
And the artist did not tell me anything. So I just like did my thing, I shot them, and then I left for Calgary. Like I was gone for good, like I was living there. And then I got a call from him, and he was like, this wasn't what I wanted at all, kind of thing. I was like, oh.
Yeah, I've had that a couple times.
It wasn't my fault though, so it wasn't.
Well, that's the thing. You got to discuss it before. Like
Yeah.
I've had that instances a couple times. It's just like you didn't just tell me what you wanted. Like I had that with a bigger client where they're like, hey, we're gonna hire you for this. Okay, shoot this. Okay, you didn't tell me the shots after the fact. It's just like, okay, I did this.
Yeah. It worked out though. I used it for his album cover. It's still there.
That's good.
Yeah.
I've had people try to fight me over things like that. Bro, some
things that aren't your fault, right? And then they just like make you feel bad about it. It's like
yeah.
So you need to communicate. If you don't communicate, we can't work with this.
I can't
I actually got threatened last year at an event I was at. Yeah.
Threatened?
I put it on my YouTube
Threatened.
actually by a
gosh.
prof. Yeah. University prof came up to me that I did a gig with.
Oh really?
Yeah, and he threatened to beat me up
What?
because he just hated me. Yeah.
What the heck?
Shout out that guy.
Shout out the people that threaten photographers and videographers.
Yeah,
It's
who
happened
tries to
like-
fight photographers?
Oh, dude, it's brutal.
I had that once. Okay, there was a.
And you're like twice
Dude.
my age. Like, bro,
Yeah.
chill.
Someone at Festival des Vosges, literally, I was shooting photos or something, and literally someone on the crowd's like, "Yo, I'm gonna fight you." I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I'm just shooting here. I'm just
Yeah.
taking photos.
Yeah.
If you don't take our photos, I'm gonna fight you.
What the hell?
I had that. I had a couple
Also,
times.
like, we're around people that are at their drunkest.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
that's
Like,
true.
I've had people like smack the camera, smack me. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
it's
You
brutal.
know what's
It's
crazy
brutal.
though? Probably the rudest person I ever came across was at. Oh man, it's so bad because it was at a Diversity Day festival thing at the Human Rights Museum. This was last year. Yeah, and it was like an older lady, like she was probably like in her 70s or like 60s, and obviously I'm the photographer. I need to go back and forth. I don't need to explain it to you guys. Obviously, you know that. But yeah, so the girl was like shooting, and I kept having to go in front of her, and she got like super mad, like yelled at me, like "Stop getting in front of my shot!" I'm like, I'm
What the
paid to be
hell?
here. Yeah, yeah, but whatever.
How are we doing for time? Are we good? Hour and a half. Okay.
We're
Last
vibing.
minute.
We're
Last,
vibing.
I guess because it's like an hour 48 ends, right?
Yeah.
So I guess we could do like last minute anything that you want to shout out or any last minute stuff that you want to talk about.
Yeah. Man, what do I got going on?
Yeah. What do you guys got going on soon?
I feel like
I feel like it flew by.
Right?
Yeah.
I did.
Like,
I
quick.
got a
quick.
busy time coming up. May I got a lot of work. Just little things though, for the most part. Us as a company, Jupiter Dawn, we're like doing a lot of stuff with businesses, shooting lots of product stuff. So yeah, we're gonna be busy.
That's
Very
good.
busy, shooting lots of bands. Next week we're shooting some bands. Doing lots of portraits.
That's good.
I've been busy.
Sad.
I've been really busy.
good.
I know you've been really busy too. It seems like you have
We've both been
as
busy.
well.
We're chilling.
We're chilling. We're
We're
vibing.
vibing.
We're vibing.
That's good.
That's the main thing. Yeah, for me, tour in like, what is it?
Oh, yeah, right.
6
Exo
days?
tour life.
5 days? Or whatever.
Yeah.
What?
Exo
Tour
tour
life.
life.
Exo tour life.
Yeah, you're gonna have a good time. You're gonna
Yeah,
have a
I'm
good
excited.
time.
First
Little
tour,
Uzi Mike.
excited. I was supposed to tour last year, but that fell through because it was dinky and also it was sketchy what we were going to be doing anyway. So it was like, yeah, this is more stable. This is more better first tour for me. So I'm happy about
Right.
that. But as
Touring
for
is
that,
sick.
yeah,
Touring pays
Still
well
love
too.
it.
that's true. It does. It's going to pay well.
Yeah, good for you,
And
man.
yeah, we got 2 festivals that I'm super excited about doing. It's American Festival. So check out
Nice.
that finally first. And
So-
but as for summer wise, got a lot of stuff here. A lot of festivals here. A lot of stuff in the States that we're doing.
Have either of you guys done Bring Your Love?
Yeah,
Dude,
it's wild.
No.
yeah, that was probably one of the best events I ever
Yeah.
did. I did it last
I can't go back again.
No?
No?
I woke up, my legs were hanging out in my car. I was like,
Yeah, it's one of those places,
Ah.
man. It just has an energy to it, that place, I swear.
it's wow.
I
It's
only
not my
been-
thing.
No.
Yeah, that's not your thing. That's
I
true.
shoot a bunch of EDM, but like it's really not my style.
Yeah.
That's
you gotta,
fair.
you gotta like.
And
You gotta tone it back.
love it. to
Yeah.
go
Commit,
there.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's
That's
fair.
true.
It's
I've
not
never
my
been,
thing.
so.
Yeah.
It's
I
good vibes.
liked it.
Okay.
Good people.
Yeah.
How about you? What do you got
That's
going
good.
on?
I don't know. I don't really book anything like a month out.
Oh, really?
I'm
That's
weird like that. Is that
surprising.
weird?
I'm surprised to hear that. Yeah.
Oh no!
thought-
When anyone asks me like to book something a month away, I'm like I tell them no. Like I tell them I let them know.
Interesting.
Because I
I'm
have
really
things.
surprised to hear that. I thought you'd be booked to like December.
No, I'm
honestly.
not. I know I'm not.
Really?
No, like-
I'm,
You need
oh,
it?
I have one.
You must have
I've-
some
okay,
things
I have
coming.
one thing that's in September. I have another wedding that I'm shooting,
Okay.
but other than that, like I don't have like stuff. The only thing I'm kind of booked for, it's like little projects here and there, but like July's mainly booked for stuff. August there's like not that much here in the city, and then September I have only one wedding,
Oh,
and that's about
that's
it.
Yeah, like I'm fully booked. Like rest of this month, I'm fully booked in May.
Yeah.
But I'm not taking any requests for June.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't do it. I don't know. It's just like a thing I do.
That's
I know a
crazy.
lot of people love to book out. I don't.
Oh yeah.
Cause I always have like last minute things like, yo, hop on the plane, like, come here. I'm like,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
I
right.
have to. Like,
Yeah,
bro,
that's true.
like-
That's fair, yeah.
And I
like doing
hate,
stuff like that too.
I hate
spontaneous.
canceling on people, so I just choose not to book it.
Unless it's to
Yeah.
go to Boston, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Boston.
I don't blame you there.
Hopefully that guy doesn't watch this.
Yeah. It's like, hey, you said
I
you said your grandma was in the hospital. Yeah.
No, he
Yikes.
found his own replacement and he was not happy afterwards.
Uh-oh.
Which I'm happy isn't really on me because it wasn't my guy, but
That's good.
like I recommended a couple of people and he
Oh.
went someone else.
Ooh. Yikes.
Whatever.
It's
the
all
way
good.
she goes.
You went to Boston.
Went to Boston. You
For
lived
one
in
day.
There you
That's
go.
the
Yeah, that's
craziest thing.
crazy.
For one club video. I'm like,
That's
Yeah.
nuts.
bro.
That's cool. That sounds fun.
I love
I'd do
it. I got a call this weekend. We were supposed to go to California for 4 days.
Mm-hmm.
We got a call. They're like, "Oh yeah, by the way, like a little bit of change of plans." I'm like, "Ah," because they're like, "Yeah, you're not gonna be in California on Saturday." I'm like,
What?
"Why?" I was kind of disappointed because we were supposed to go. Like Post Malone's playing that day.
Oh wow.
I'm like, "Ah," he's doing
That's
country
good.
covers as a headliner, bro. It sounded so sick.
Yeah, that does sound sick.
But then I'm like, like what's gonna happen? And they're like, oh yeah, like we're actually the guys want to go party in Baltimore for 2 days, so you're gonna go with them. I was like,
Baltimore.
what?
Horrible places.
For like a college show. I was like,
Oh.
yeah, let's do that. So all of a sudden, instead of Cali for 4 days, they're like, yeah, you're gonna be here for 2 days. They sent me my flights. They're like, yeah, you're going to Baltimore for 2 days. It was sick. I love
Baltimore
it.
kind of has a cool culture, so I heard. Anyways,
Heard the club scene.
Yeah,
Heard the club scene or
Gotta be
college
careful
scene.
of the-
College scene.
that's
Yeah.
where The Wire was shot.
gotta be careful of the bridges. But
Did
you hear that?
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah.
okay, I'm glad someone heard about that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
We do. Yeah, too soon.
Sorry. Too soon. My bad.
I'm
That's
kidding.
okay.
It's
No,
not
that's
probably.
okay.
I don't know.
I think everyone.
At least it's not London bridges, but yeah.
Still falling down.
Shout out to Fergie.
Shout out to Fergie. Well, I guess that's what we got. Thank you so much to Jupiter.
Yeah, thank you.
Don.
Thank
Thank
you,
you
Mikey.
guys for
Thanks for
coming
having
out.
us on.
Yeah, and I guess where can people find you guys?
I'm around.
You're around.
We'll see you
At
next-
Ronin underscore
Ronin.
Kubi on Instagram and
Instagram.
everything else. Yeah,
Yeah.
they can find me.
The Village.
The Village.
The Village.
Village.
Eventually.
Eventually.
I haven't been there for a while.
I know.
I haven't been there for a
Jeez.
while, yeah.
They miss you.
Well. No, I think they do. The Village are good.
Damn.
I think they're the only client I've never raised rates on. Just because
Yeah.
they were my first
That's good.
paying one.
Yeah, you got it.
Hey, they
I have
were
clients like
my
that
first
too.
as well.
Oh, and
so,
they
yeah.
gave me like a really good deal right off the hop.
Yeah, there you go.
good.
Like more than even some offer to pay now. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Dexter's Laboratory, spelled Labrat.
Mhm.
Dexter's Laboratory CA. Find me on Instagram. Pretty active on there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Cool.
Thanks again for having
Yeah,
us on, man.
totally.
Thanks, Mikey.
Yeah, totally. Thank you guys so much for coming out. And you can find me at Mikey.photograph on Instagram, socials, everywhere down below, I guess, or on social media and that. And yeah, we do music, events, you know, the shebang.
Shout out the Music Storm podcast.
Music Storm
Yeah.
Podcast.
Best podcast.
Best
in Winnipeg.
podcast in Winnipeg. We love it. Well, it's the only like real one that I was talking to someone about this the other day. Like, this is the only like video one right now. It's
Yeah.
this and what is it? Well, there's Don't Cry Wolf is starting stuff
Right.
up, but other than that, like it's
Yeah.
picking up quite
Like
a bit.
204 Rise has like the odd one.
They haven't
Like
picked
one
up
or two.
like in a while though. That's been a
Yeah.
while. And that's about it.
Cool.
Cool.
5 minutes. Mikey, tell us about your childhood.
Yeah.
It's been rough, boys. It's been rough.